is your beef? Why do you have such a problem with me?
Can we get the real Andy? I would prefer the real Andy.
Oh, let's get the real Max. I'll take off my mask when you take off your mask, brother.
Because who's your new favorite YouTuber, Ian, that wanted to be on the show with us?
The Madman. The Madman.
Mad Movie Man.
Let's bring on Max Movies because he scares the living shit out of me. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
Mad Max says, I think you should apologize. Right? I'm sitting here in a goddamn torn down pool house.
I don't even know who
The
you
pool house
are.
is torn apart. Okay, it's torn apart because I'm remodeling on my $70 webcam. Okay, I'm no better than you.
Movie Madness Entertainment.
Welcome, everyone. It's MME Members Night. Members Night Live. I will be putting the link in the channel post community section so people could join me. I want to have a great night of topics, probably go for an hour and a half. I got some other things to do. The wife's away, been working on the house, got back to exercising regularly. Hey, Isaac, the biggest movie fan. Nice to see you. RJ says, bold of you to go live when the biggest shows of the year is premiering its first episode of season 2, Last of Us. Yes, I thought about doing a Last of Us watch party, but my wife likes it, and I could easily rewatch the first episode, but I thought I'd wait for her. That's fine. We'll cover some topics. I'm going to be putting the link in the community section right now. Please, if you can, if you're new to the channel or if you're a member or a consistent viewer, it would mean the world to me if you would like the video because it really does make the difference. A few extra likes makes the difference between maybe like 100 views to 300 views in the algorithm. It's that important, and it means the world to me if you do it. Really helps out the channel. And I want to oh great. Now thanks, RJ. Now Isaac's gonna go watch Last of Us season 2. All right, let me put this in the community section before I forget, because then I'll be like, why aren't any members here? There still might not be any members. We'll still cover some stuff. Regardless, I am very excited about the main topic. I need to get a hold of that little movie perp. Things have gone too far with my opinions. And I'm going to debate. I'm going hardcore on perp. I'm going to go on his stream. Tell him to be ready. Tell him to be ready. Anyone, because my takes are authentic and I'm allowed to have my opinions. Okay. And I'm not some hater. I used to be. I'm not some hater anymore. So yeah, I'm calling you out, little movie perp. We're gonna go toe to toe. I'm gonna debate you this week sometime. It's gonna happen. All right. So here's the link in community section. Let me see. Watching Last of Us over watching Max. Go, Karen. What? You call me a Karen? What the heck, man? What the heck? I guess everyone is watching Last of Us season 2. Oh, this cup, anyone like My Hero Academia? This is my wife's cup. I usually don't use it, but I was doing the dishes, and this is a cool My Little Hello Kitty My Hero Academia mashup. Samuel says, no lies told in that last stream. I still want this Fantastic Four to be... Anthony, can you help me out? I'm all alone. RJ's not coming. There's no members because they're all watching Last of Us. I bet they're... Okay. Let me send this to I don't think RJ wants to... I think RJ just made an announcement and then he's like, okay, I'm going to watch Last of Us. Is that what happened, RJ? Let me send this to Perp. I don't even know Perp's coming around here anymore. Perp wants some chaotic stuff. He wants a debate. I'm gonna give it to him. Maybe not tonight. This is members night, but I'm gonna give it to him. All right, let me see here. And Joe, yes, Voltaire, I need your support, bro. We got to stick to. Do you know what that? This is gonna get back to Perp because he might watch this. I've had enough. I just ignore him usually. But he said, one of the comments he said was that we are isolating ourselves on our own show. It's a series show, so we don't have to get any pushback. He says he's asleep at that time. It was a topic that came up just before we went live, and then I wanted to talk about it, and our takes are authentic. I'm not hiding from Perp. Okay? I'm not hiding from him. I will debate him when we're prepared. I'm going to prepare. I'm not doing this jump and debate stuff. If we want to debate, fine. We'll debate. You know, Jacob McKenzie, Crazy Joe is taking over the mailbag. Jacob, I don't know if you could just leave a few this time. You don't have to leave as many as you usually do. But Joe is taking care of the. Voltaire, are you available? I'd like to. I mean, if it's a few minutes, or do you have another visitor? How did that go, by the way? The main topic I'm very excited about. I'm really looking forward to Andor. I guess I'll cover it until people get here. Let me see. I have a couple articles about it. Okay. Let me bring this one up first, because this is extremely exciting. First of all, Tony Gilroy is amazing. If you talk about like IP projects and dialogue and writing, I think even if you don't, Voltaire and Anthony are here. Hey, Voltaire and Anthony, how's it going?
Hi and hello, everyone.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good.
I don't want to interrupt any visitors this Sunday.
No, sadly, nothing tonight.
Oh, did that go well though?
Yeah, well, yes, it did. Yes.
Yes, it did. Okay, good job. How are you doing, Anthony? Are you back?
I'm doing fine. Yeah, I was I landed on Tuesday.
Okay, that's great. Do you have a good time?
Yeah, it was good. It was great. Those the vacation and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Came to fix a house and then buy cameras and stuff like that. So
cool. All right. So this first should we? I don't know how long you're going to be here, Voltaire, but I was not. Me and Voltaire are not doing things just for clicks. Honestly, when we bring up stuff like we did Friday night or honest opinions, my audience, our audience, right? We know that we're going to get beat up in the chat just by our opinions, right, Voltaire? We know it's not a popular opinion. We don't make any. I don't grift off of that opinion. That opinion of anything negative, and this is a good thing about our community, is really extremely positive towards content. You know,
right?
So if anything, it's antithetical to what we're making money and making progress on my channel.
I just don't get the reaction that this was Disney. Whatever, we read the Variety article, but I think it was originally Entertainment Weekly interview. Either way, this was Disney's marketing, right?
And here's the other thing. I am giving legit criticisms as to why. I'm not just saying it's woke or whatever. I'm saying it sounds like a virtue signal, and I am really attached to the character. The Fantastic Four are some of my favorite superheroes ever. And it's not because of Mr. Fantastic or Invisible Woman. Not that I don't enjoy those characters. It's the Thing and the Human Torch and their relationship. And what's really exciting about the Fantastic Four is their origins are almost like a horror story. Like, look at the Thing. That's not a great superhero power.
No.
It comes by in a pinch, but even how they got their powers, like Mr. Fantastic sort of has a huge ego. It stretches. His ego is so big, it stretches, and he thinks he needs to be everywhere, and he's the most important person. I don't like Reed Richards, And this explains how they got their certain powers. It's part of their personalities as their powers, you know? So Mr. Fantastic has a huge ego. He's type A. He thinks he's the most important person in the world. So much so that he has a beautiful wife there that is amazingly beautiful, and she feels invisible sometimes to Mr. Reeds. You know, that's how she kind of got her powers, you know? That's part of their dynamic. She sometimes feels invisible. Should she be invisible on how beautiful she is? No. But to Reeds,
if she was ugly, it'd be okay though, right?
No. It's never okay to have your wife feel invisible to you in your marriage. No. But that's where that came from too. That's where her powers came from. And the Human Torch is a literal hothead. Okay. So when you say he starts to care about people's feelings, do I want me to care about your feelings? Do I want Voltaire and in the community care about each other's feelings? Yes. But not all characters have to be like that. You know, he's a literal hothead. He runs hot. That's why he turns into fire. That's why, because his personality created his powers with the event in space. All of their powers are tied to their personalities, you know? So this is a change. Do I mean it's going to be garbage? No. But when I hear a literal hothead who, yes, he likes to flirt, you know? I'm not suggesting like these straw man things where he's like going to do something diabolical to ladies or men or whatever, but he plays the game. He gets out there, you know? And then also he antagonizes the rest of the crew. And that's what makes the Fantastic Four so dynamic. You wouldn't say to Deadpool, what if this is the Human Torch to me is not on the level of like Deadpool of being inappropriate and not PC. Okay. I understand there's a difference there. There's nuance. But imagine if you had Deadpool coming back to the MCU, and the first thing you hear is, I want Deadpool to feel about how he is current today and how he is cognizant of people's feelings. That would be right.
Yeah. It's
not really, because
no,
not really. In the comics, Deadpool always changes personality. So I know who's the person.
Would you want to hear the next Wolverine after Hugh Jackman to say, I really want to know how Logan is adapting to 2025 current day politics and how he's going to be respectful to the rest of the X-Men, especially Cyclops.
I mean,
F that.
To be fair, Wolverine is an asshole, so like,
right. And so that's not, Human Torch isn't as much as an a-hole as Deadpool and Wolverine, but sometimes he is to the Thing. And the Thing is a tortured soul. He's an old reliable. And he's there, and he's the rock. He's the literal rock of the Fantastic Four, right? And he's overlooked, and he's pushed to the side, and he suffers the most out of Fantastic Four. And you know what? Human Torch doesn't care. He cares because it's his brother. He cares because it's his brother. He comes by and helps him. And that's what makes the Thing even more dynamic, is when he goes clobbering time, especially when Johnny Storm triggers him to go full clobbering time. That's what makes those fights even more epic, you know? So I know about the Fantastic Four, and I'm not saying I'm not going to see it. I'm not saying I'm not going to support it. But the PR is not living up to what I want, you know, and there is a difference. I'm going to try to stay open-minded. I do have a bias. I'm going to try to be objective.
To be fair,
but I really like these characters.
To be fair, in the movie, the clip that they show CinemaCon, he does joke around with the Sue and Johnny and the Thing. So like, whatever like he's saying. Just like, you know, and also it depends on which version of Johnny. The one that Jack Kirby created, he wasn't always like that. So because that's from the 60s, and the movie takes place in the 60s.
Why isn't RJ here? Go ahead.
So that's like it depends on which version of Johnny you're talking about. You're talking about like the later on Johnny, sure. depends on who's writing Johnny in the comics. Sometimes he's an asshole, sometimes he's not.
The majority of the time he's an ass.
Some-
I'm sure
like
you can share.
sometimes-
This is what comic book
It-
fans
it
do.
depends,
The ones
you know.
that read and gatekeep and say,
Yeah,
you know, Johnny
yeah.
was nice in certain stories. I'm like, yeah, but the majority.
There was a
of
run
them-
in 1987
Yes.
where he was really friendly and sweet.
Yes, exactly.
So, like,
I mean,
yeah,
I'm
it
not talking you,
depends.
Anthony. Bruce does it. Everybody does it. The
Yeah,
chat.
it depends which was enough. But in the movie, from the clip that the people went to see CinemaCon, he does joke around. He does be a dick to the thing and stuff like that. So like,
Yeah. So
yeah.
even Sean's a progressive. He says Chris Evans
I'm
can pull off a
surprised. Is that really
charismatic.
Sean?
Yes.
So, yeah.
Charismatic womanizer, but this actor looks like a pansy. I'm not saying that. That's Sean
Again,
DeWork's
again,
words.
it's fascinating to me that remember, Max, a couple of weeks ago we were talking about the lack of marketing of Superman, and it's got to ramp up. Same with Fantastic Four. This marketing, this interview that they did, that the PR people told him, yeah, say this stuff, say he's going to be a sweetie and all that kind of thing. It's fascinating to me that they think that this is a good way to go. I mean, if they did the character this way, no problem. Who cares? Just put it in the movie. But that they emphasize that at the beginning, do they think somehow that's going to actually get more people to like? People are going to be like, "Oh, I don't want to watch a woman."
No, it's not an exact comparison to like Deadpool and Wolverine. If they did the next Deadpool after Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, but would you want to hear that from the next one? And be like, "Oh God," right?
Yeah. Here's a no.
It would
Exactly.
cringe.
But it's just that they choose to emphasize this is fascinating to me. Like,
to be
what
fair,
is-
like the general audience doesn't give a fuck. Let's be honest, they do not give a fuck.
I mean, you just demonetized the clip.
Sorry, that's how it is. Whether the general audience is not on YouTube
Who is this? It
or
says
just
the
watch
Toxic
clips and stuff
Jedi.
like that. So it is what it is.
You need to
I
connect
don't
your-
mind him why he say, to be fair, because I know depending on which version of Johnny. So like it's like okay, it's whatever. I really don't care. Whether
The
way
Toxic Jedi. I don't know who this is.
Hey, it's me, Max. It's me, Maxie.
So yeah.
See, Max lets people out. You didn't even know who it was. It's crazy.
I didn't know.
It could have been somebody to porn body you, Max.
I'm on a different account. Hold on. I'm on my.
This is fine. You don't.
This is the account that I have my let me stop my echo real quick. This is the account that I have my Mad Max membership on. Hold on.
Okay.
I want to say something, man. Without getting too. I don't want to be an asshole, but I'm going to be honest, Max. The Johnny Storm thing and the am I still echoing, or is that somebody else?
You're all right.
The Johnny Storm thing and the James Bond thing. I just want to tell you something, man. There's a lot of things me and you don't agree on, Max, but I agree with you on this one.
No, it didn't ruin the movie for me.
I absolutely agree with you, and I think that people in the chat are being so fucking disrespectful to you right now, man. If you don't agree with Max, that's one thing, but to come in here and call him a punk bitch and all that kind of shit, that's shady. This man is supposed to be your fucking friend, and you guys are butthurt because he disagrees with you on a fucking movie. What kind of shit is that? That's what's wrong with movie talk right now.
No, it's just an opinion. I'm still gonna
calling him a Karen and shit. And let me tell you guys something. James Bond was and always will be a womanizer. I don't care what people say. I don't care how in your feelings you want to be. And oh my God, it's not DEI. It's not inclusive.
Oh boy.
It's not the 2025 way that men should act. Man, grab your fucking vaginas and plug them up, man. It's a movie. I get so sick of people upset because they don't like go ahead and say you might think the Superman movie ain't going to do good and watch people freak the fuck out on you, man. It's so crazy to me. And now people in the chat are absolutely being disrespectful to me. Look, there's a lot of shit I don't agree with Max on. I don't. Like when he said that, Feige might have to reel in the Russo brothers because of all their recent failures. I didn't agree with that, but you didn't see me come in the chat and call him a punk and call him a Karen and say he was a crybaby bitch. What kind of shit is that? This man is your friend.
Or that he isolates it with yes men and stuff like that.
I really like Johnny. I love the first Fantastic Four movie. That's the best thing about that movie is the dynamic by Michael Chiklis.
And I'm sorry, this is gonna be a hot take, but did nobody learn from people like Rachel Zegler? Maybe shut the hell up till the movie's over, then put your opinion out there. Nobody asked for this new Johnny Storm guy's opinion on fucking inclusivity and SJW bullshit. Just shut the fuck up and be I'm sorry I'm cussing, Max. I'm really sorry, man.
Chris, hang on, Chris. You know what's even worse about that is that the studio approved that interview. They told him to.
I like the actor.
This is
and that's crazy to me because guys like Nerd and guys like Perp, I love those guys, man. And guys like Donovan are okay with me, even though they get a little extra. I've never seen you guys act like this before. What are you guys doing, man? This guy's your friend. Don't be calling him names and shit because you disagree.
I'll tell me and Voltaire. I brought up that topic like 20 minutes ahead of time. I'm like, oh, this is trending, and I was like, oh, that's my honest reaction.
I can promise you this much, Maxie. If you and Perp do debate, Perp would never talk to you like that. He would never talk to you like this. He would never. He would never call you names, and he would never get toxic with you. This is so unfair, man. And I'm not saying this just because I agree. Because look, I don't care about the Fantastic. I'm gonna be honest. I don't give a shit about the Fantastic Four either way or Superman. But I want all my friends and all the people I care about to get what they want. And all this infighting does nothing but make the chuds look like they're right. Just so y'all know that. Just so you know. I especially you, Nerd. I've never seen a senior nerd act like this. What are you doing, man? We love you. Why are you talking shit like that? That's so unfair.
To be fair, this is consistent. Senior nerd always does this to me. To be fair, he's the most consistent against me. It's because he never gets that gift membership. He's like, why can't I get a gift membership?
I'll give him a membership. I didn't know Senior Nerd couldn't get that. I just can't believe how I can't believe people are actually getting
because he has bad luck.
I can't believe people are actually getting this angry about a take, on something like
they thought I was like just making a fake thing.
They thought you were going chud on them. That's what they thought.
I mean, if I have a take that's against the grain of my audience, it actually hurts me. It's like, what do you want me to do? I'm still really wanting I've been waiting for the Fantastic Four to be in the MCU. I'm really happy with Pedro Pascal in Invisible Woman. She grew on me. I didn't like the actress right away, but seeing the trailers and the promo, she looks great. She seems like I don't like Vanessa Kirby in like the Mission Impossible or Hobbs and Shaw. I was like, oh, this girl again, because she's just like, she's not that great in those movies to me, But then she looks great as in the trailers and the promotional stuff. But the thing that I always was concerned about before this article came out was Human Torch, because I've long gone in there, and people shred me for this. I say that Chris Evans is a better Human Torch than Captain America. Now the movies, the Captain America movies are better than the Fantastic Four to me, in my opinion. Overall, the quality is much better. But I think he's like a perfect cast Human Torch.
I changed my mind, guys. Everything Max just said, fuck Max, okay? Because Captain America, Chris Evans is the greatest Captain America of all time.
I like him as Captain America, but I liked him more as Human Torch.
No, I thought he was great as
Human Torch. That's why do you think he got so much?
Look how young he was. Go back and watch his movies. Look how young he was. The difference between a Johnny Storm and a Captain America is, even as a character, there's one so much more mature than the other. Johnny Storm had just got his powers, and you're right. He does. I don't even know that much about Fantastic Four, but I know that their powers came from their own personal who they were as people. Like their character traits is what made them get their powers in a certain way. It's why Sue Storm was one way, Mr. Fantastic was another.
That's uncalled for.
But to just be mean to people, I don't even understand. People like just coming in flat out being mean to Max.
Well, I think the other thing that really upset people on our stream was that the men on the panel, and I love all my friends, agreed that some women don't like to wear skirts and like to wear pants for Supergirl. And they're like, oh, we think that they should have gone with the pants. I'm like, okay, I understand some women are like that, but let's not make it where we have to say all women should wear pants now, especially in these costumes. Like, I'm like, okay, it was great. It was great to see Millie Alcock in the boots and the skirt, and very similar to the comic. Okay, some ladies don't like to wear skirts or think but that's not for everyone. Like, that's what, and I think that's what really got perp is I say, I think I'm more progressive than the progressives, because I say, I'm not going to say what women should wear. Let them decide. And it's okay to still wear a skirt to be sexy.
But
or
also,
pants can be sexy too.
But also, it's just such a non-issue, Max. Everyone can love their version of Supergirl or what they're wearing. You know what I mean? You think I'm sure there's a lot of females out there that aren't too happy with the way Wonder Woman dresses. You know what I mean? But you get over it, man. Like that's what I mean by messing with people's art. Here's what's going on. Those characters, those producers, those writers, and those directors, they pick an outfit and they'll probably all agree on it. You think that girl that's dressing up in that skirt as Superman is going, man, I really wish I didn't have to wear this. This really sucks. No, she probably had some input on that. To argue with people over these things this is why I haven't been really jumping on a movie talk lately, because nobody talks about the art anymore.
I think it's getting, Voltaire, can you help me on this? I think it's getting to the point where we could criticize the costume for the uniform on a man, but it's kind of difficult, and you have to step through a minefield talking about what they should do with a woman's costume. Like, okay, she looks great, Milia. We were really excited, Voltaire.
From the moment that she got a cast, I'm pretty sure she was gonna wear her comic accurate costume.
And if I'm not mistaken, is that not the old school original Supergirl outfit? Is that the original outfit?
She has, like, over the years, she has updated costumes. So yeah, the one that she's wearing is like the updated modern version.
Here's the nuance that separates the men from the chuds online. I got excited when I saw her in comic accurate, but I'm also not going to whine every day if they put her in pants. That's the difference.
No.
The guys that do the anti-SJW content and do every day and post on internet complaining that she's wearing pants, I don't care that much. I'm like, I was excited when I saw the costume. I think she looks great.
They would complain if they put her in pants, though. Let's be fair.
They what?
They would complain if they put.
No, I'm just saying, but that's the difference between us, the men, and the boys.
That's the problem, though. Those hand jobs over there, hand jobs over there complain about everything. They look for shit to complain about.
But I'm not gonna whine or cry if she's.
You see them backpedaling on the Minecraft thing. They all said it was gonna flop. It's garbage. It's DEI shit. Blah blah blah. Look at Jason Momoa wearing a pink fucking outfit. He looks so gay. Blah blah blah. And now there's acting. Now they're saying, "Oh, we knew that movie was gonna make money." Man, shut the fuck up. You did not. Nobody knew. Because I'll tell you right now, I thought it was gonna flop. I thought that shit was gonna flop.
I finally got one. I said, "Watch this be the biggest movie of the year."
For the last 5 months.
I remember saying it'll probably make its money back, but it's not gonna blow up. Look at it. It's at $500 million already, and we got Easter, and we've got Easter weekend coming. You think that thing's not gonna hit $1 billion? That thing's gonna hit $1 billion.
It's got meme power, so it's
and nobody saw that coming, man. You know.
Here's the thing, but you made a good point, Chris. Those chuds complain about everything. We don't complain about everything. But the difference is we will talk about things. We just won't crap on things for the sake of crapping on them.
I would.
People in chat lose their minds and just accuse us of this just because we're talking about a topic that they, Disney marketed.
Now he said other things that I liked in that article, but it was more towards the end, and there's a clip that was premiered today on X where he's talking to Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman, and they're late for dinner, and he's eating cereal, and he's like, "You're late for dinner." I'm like,
yeah, you know what? RJ's usually a good Twitter follow. I like RJ's Twitter, but he's doing these vague tweets like they knew. What did you mean by that, RJ? I didn't understand what that meant. I don't like.
I mean, you guys listen. I love RJ, but you all got to stop putting stock into his bullshit. Just stop.
He likes joking around most of the time. So
because half the time he's just messing with people and being vague on purpose, man. If you want, as soon as you figure out that RJ's doing that on purpose, you're gonna be.
That's the way to get engagement. That's what YouTubers do too. Yeah, that's good. He does what he's doing. Yes, Sean, I will get to the good news is, and I was hoping this would draw Perp out. So we didn't, I'm not ready for the debate yet. I got to prepare.
Perp was yesterday at Universal Studios.
I know. I can't determine if he was joking or not. He's like, unsubscribe, get your shit together. I'm like, what?
No, he was raging in there.
I don't know if he was being genuine or not.
Those comments, pull up those comments. They were
I didn't read them all. That's the one I read.
No, I read them.
I was like, really?
Wait, who did that?
Perp.
I don't know.
Get your shit together. I don't know.
I don't know.
So that's what triggered this.
The one thing I know is Perp won't be disrespectful, but he does have a temper.
No, but I was like, really? I was like, really? I didn't. And then he also said that me and Voltaire are trying to isolate ourselves so we don't get pushed back. I'm like, that's my co-host of my show. We have guests, but that's our show.
No, this is a popular narrative that some people have come up with. That you know what I mean. You select people who will just be yes men to you. And
no, it's a different form. It's a different
nonsense.
Format.
No, it's just different people have different opinions. Everybody.
I will be real. I recognize criticisms of MME Live. It can be chaotic, and then this different live streams, the different branding for each one makes it better on the replay for other viewers that watch stuff on the replay. Whereas on the replay, some of the chaotic MME live streams do not do good. So it gives me a lot of variety of content. Thank you, Bruce. I can always count on you.
By the way, it's a perk. We invited Bruce to come on and give us pushback, and he was not available. He was, being a man about town on a Friday night. He was too busy to come on.
I think Bruce had a stream going on or something.
I think he finished.
Sean, I will do a $10 bet that I'm not very convinced that I will win. That there is not a crypto jumps on the leg of Superman. Like, are you suggesting humping the leg? Jokey jokes. I will say that will not happen.
I mean, that would be painful.
No, I don't. No. The crypto,
I honestly think
dog humping.
He's an annoying dog, but
now that they've ramped up the marketing and they got that little 5-minute thing going on, and I really enjoyed that. And I think there was one still frame where it showed Superman bending down and holding the hand of a dying robot, and I remember thinking to myself, that is who Superman is. And I remember going, okay, I'm going to give this movie a serious chance now. I think now that they're ramping up the marketing, I think this is going to be not only a successful movie, but I think it's going to be great. And I know that I'm getting what I want. There's just, you guys got to watch that. I don't know if you guys saw it or broke the trailer, but there's a scene where one of those robots that focused the sun into him to bring him back after Crypto drug him to the Fortress of Solitude. One of those robots is like blown into pieces, and he's leaning down and he's holding the hand of this robot as it dies. It's crazy to me, but in my mind, that's how pure Superman is, that he would even give a shit that a robot is dying.
Right.
That believe it or not, when I saw that meant something to me.
There's a lot of great stuff I love
Superman. I love seeing Superman humanized. Mm-hmm. That's so important to me as a new fan.
I disagree, Dark Romancer. I think Lex, Lois, and Crypto are the best things about this movie, and I would urge people that put their feet in the sand and pick a part of DC fandom that we've never had a bad Superman.
At the end of the day, you have to.
We've never had a bad Superman.
No matter what camp you are in, can anyone say that we've had a bad Superman?
I didn't like Superman. Wait, are we saying as a character or are we saying a movie?
No, as actors.
No. We've never had a bad Superman. We've never had a bad Superman.
Yeah, regardless of if you're in the Gunverse, the Hamadaverse, the Snyderverse.
Max, DK Max.
Even the Superman Returns guy was good.
For the time.
I don't know about
you
that.
didn't dislike him until he shared his politics, Anthony. Come on.
Lois carried that.
Terry Hatcher, she was.
Yeah, she carried that.
I had a crush on her.
Yeah, she carried that show.
No, people hate Dean Cain now, but he was good.
No, I don't hate him.
Let's be honest. People liked him when it was Superman and Lois.
Before he became.
I don't like his politics either, but it's because
everybody liked Dean Cain before he went QAnon. All right, everyone liked him.
Everybody liked Hercules.
I ain't gonna lie. He did went crazy though. He did went crazy.
Yeah, but I know Anthony.
Yeah, but I don't know.
That's why you don't like him.
Lois carried. I say Lois carried that show.
Samir.
And for the show, he was okay.
Terry Hatcher was a great Lois.
He was amazing. Yeah.
So I think that now, after seeing this marketing thing from Fantastic Four, I think that
Pop Culture Corner. That sounds pop counterculture. That sounds awful. Pregnant Supergirl.
No,
the first introduction to Supergirl and high stakes because she's protecting her Kryptonian baby. I don't want to.
No, bro.
I'm not. Here's the nuance that we provide here. Okay, here's the nuance we provide here because this is actually accurate in some comics. I didn't read them, and Bruce is going to first say it. There has been women that have been pregnant fighting still. I'm not saying they can't do that. It's not necessarily something I want to see in the first time Supergirl's back into the DC. Especially when she's
that's not something that should be in a film at all. I'm just saying. I don't think they should ever have portray a female.
Well, I mean, for example, one movie that I saw that was really well done was Conan the Barbarian with Jason Momoa. I actually think it's underrated. I don't think it's great, but I think
No,
it's a good action.
It's a fun little
and
popcorn movie.
I believe his mother fights because she doesn't have a choice, while he's in the womb, and then she gives birth to that Conan.
Was Neytiri ever pregnant in any of the Avatar movies when she fought? I think there might have been one where she was pregnant for a little while and she fought too. I can't remember though.
Yeah. But I'll be honest with you and say, I mean, I'll be open to the context of the movie, but I don't really want to see that.
Wait, who said women can't do anything, Bruce? Nobody said that women can't do anything when they're pregnant. I said I didn't want to see it on film. Like that's crazy.
This is where you do. I didn't say she couldn't. I said I don't. It's not like I don't want to see that when Supergirl finally makes back to the big screen, and especially when she's going to be in her big movie. I don't think that's any part of the comic.
Well, I don't want to see pregnant women do porn. I don't want to see them do superhero movies either.
I don't. I mean, I don't. If
that was a weird way to take it.
Yeah, if an actress is pregnant, just let your stunt double do the work.
Yeah. All right. Should we get to the main topic here?
Sure.
We only have 12.
Is it Ryan Coogler new movie?
No. Do you have an article you put in the private chat? I didn't know about his new movie. After Sinners, you mean?
Oh, what is it? Okay.
Sinners is coming out next. That's his new.
I thought you meant
like No, this is the topic about Star Wars project. Okay, so this please watch your language on this because I'm going to clip this part out because this is very exciting. We have Star Wars Celebration coming up soon.
Is this week?
Yes, and I think that Tony Gilroy is saying this because let's be real. Tony Gilroy came in and hey Bruce, how's it going?
Good evening. Oh my God, how's it going?
Bruce had a really amazing stream. Great.
No, he didn't. Don't pump his ego.
No,
I tried to watch.
Wow.
I tried to watch that garbage, and I'm telling you right now, Bruce is biased. As much as I love him, he is biased, and everyone knows it.
Everyone knows I'm biased, but
DC.
I still present an argument for the audience.
No, I actually thought. Remember last week when I
want to pick.
I actually remember last week when I told
streamers,
you, I'm just kidding. Remember last week, I actually called you on the phone and told you I think that's a great idea for a topic, but you were too sick to do it last week.
Well, yes. Okay, so thank you, Bruce, for joining us. This is very exciting. I think there's a lot to Tony Gilroy, and Gilroy we trust.
Trash.
Oh, what? Come on, bro.
I don't think Tony Gilroy should be doing horror at all.
No. He is an amazing writer, director. The dialogue in Andor, I think people say it's boring, but this is Tony Gilroy is the cure for generic dialogue in other IP movies.
Nobody watched it week to week, but when they were able to binge it, the numbers went up significantly.
You can't watch it week to week; it's unwatchable week to week.
I didn't like the show I didn't like the show Voltaire until I binged it. And I went, wow, this show's phenomenal. This is a great show. I mean, I had to binge it.
I mean, we are getting what. The show, the new season starts soon this week, so
starts tonight, I think. No, that's Last of Us tonight.
It
starts April 22nd.
Episodes in 3 episode blocks. If I'm
it's 3 episodes. So that's then.
There's two things going on here. Two things going on here. So Tony Gilroy is just finishing Andor.
Mm-hmm.
If this is something that he wants to do, Lucasfilm owes him one. Kathy owes him one because the one thing I do, there's a couple things I give Kathy credit for. It's Andor and Rogue One. She delivered in that some of my best Disney Star Wars for me personally. Mandalorian was pitched to her. She is the president of Lucasfilm.
Of course,
I know.
You gotta give him credit for it. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm saying
this sounds desperate, though, dudes. I mean, really.
What, horror Star Wars sounds desperate? No, this is exciting.
The fans have been asking for this
for years, decades.
That zombie thing they did in Ahsoka, that was terrible.
Listen, if we can get a Brightburn movie, we deserve a Star Wars horror movie.
So
I'm sorry.
I would love people on the panel to do your first pitch for a horror Star Wars project. Mine would go I know here. Listen, where
you
I
have
would
to
go
know
first,
the Star Wars lore to pitch a project.
No,
yes,
I do.
Kathy Kennedy doesn't require that, Bruce.
But here's what I'm going to say.
Kathy Kennedy doesn't need you to know the lore to pitch anything to her. She doesn't want you to know it.
All right. So what
because they have a whole department that knows the lore and they have to stick by it.
Do we even know they'll end up making this? How many projects have they announced haven't come out?
Look,
I think
it's so
I think
simple, it
Tony.
could write it, guys. It's so simple; it could write itself. Find a very obscure Sith and make him a serial killer, like they did with Muse. By the way, I don't want to get into that right now.
Oh, so you're going to say it's
completely wasted? I'm so pissed. Never mind. I still love Daredevil.
Like
but
I said,
don't get me sidetracked.
I didn't see
it. He does come back in season 2. And
don't get me sidetracked.
Okay,
anyway, take a Sith. Not someone as big as a Nihilus or a Darth Maul, but you take one of the old Siths and you make him a serial killer.
Explain to Max what a Sith is, please.
I know what a Sith is. You're one.
I mean, it'll write itself. It'll write itself. It will write itself.
Okay, so here's what I was thinking too. Like if you go, I wouldn't necessarily put. That's interesting, Chris. That's
give it a Jack the Ripper vibe. No, really, give it a Jack the Ripper vibe from the Old Republic. That's exactly
what I wanted for us to workshop here. What would you do for Star Wars horror? So you're saying Sith and Sith the serial killer.
But I would go serial killer and set in the Old Republic, so it's got a Jack the Ripper vibe. It would. I would
go instead of Jedi. It doesn't even have to be a Jedi or Sith. It could be like a commando or something, or someone in the Rebel Alliance that's not a Jedi.
What?
I don't know, but I would say.
How about
Sith,
murder droids? We could do murder droids.
I would say Sith, and then them not killing Jedi, but a Sith being in some type of
rock band
environment where he has to, I don't know, kill space zombies or something
No,
weird.
don't make it child friendly. Let this be the first Star Wars rated R. Make it a killer. Make him a serial killer.
But then you could really root for the Sith hardcore. Some people like to root for them regardless, even against the Jedi. But if you make it
Jedi boring,
if you put a Sith in an environment where you're rooting for him, everyone's rooting for him regardless because he's going up against some really weird planet full of weird creatures or something. That would be great. That's where I would go with it. Maybe even like pitch black with a Sith. Be Sith on like a pitch black planet and trying to survive that. I don't know.
What?
This
is why you don't work in films or anything.
I think that's a great idea.
I'm glad you feel that in your mind.
I'll be honest. I would just do the collect dreams and nightmare of Dark Vader. That's what I would do.
And ultimately people also go to Vader. We've seen so much Vader. I want to see Star
too much
Killer.
Vader. That's the thing. There's too much Vader.
I want to see Star Killer. And as the Sith,
Star Killer will never be canon in the top.
Here comes Perp. Perp says, "I'm on my way to pitch." Here comes Perp.
They already told you they will never put Star Killer canon in anything.
Why? Well, I don't know.
Why not?
I see people say, make Mara Jade the killer. Like, bring Mara Jade.
Mara Jade, I could see Mara Jade being canon. Yeah, for sure. I could see her. One day.
Voltaire, Bruce, Anthony, do you have any idea of what you'd like to see for Star Wars horror project? Some people said the Ewoks. They were gonna make a video game about.
Do you know that in the books their nickname was the Murder Bears because they would eat people and shit, bro? Like that's what we read. Old school Star Wars fans called the Ewoks the Murder Bears because that shit they did in Return of the Jedi was not the Ewoks in the books. In the books, they were savage little motherfuckers.
I don't know about this horror project. We've already got 3 horror Star Trek films out there. The prequel series.
Star Wars.
Star Trek.
Where can we find your stand-up, Bruce? Is he putting on?
All right, bro. All right.
Just to remind everyone, we only have 11 thumbs up. Come on, everyone. Bruce gets like 30
I put my
likes.
thumbs up on there. I'm trying to help Max.
Come on. I need to get a fraction on Bruce.
I get 30, 40, 50, 60 likes sometimes.
Yeah. Help me out here, Bruce. Bruce is doing a great
Thumbs
job.
up the video for Max. He's desperate for likes.
Yeah,
somebody has to like him.
I don't know whoever directed this. If it get announced a Star Wars Celebration this week, it depends who direct the project. Like,
I think Tony Gilroy is at least going to be involved with the pitch. They owe him one. He's done. He came through a pinch in Andor.
I want something like Halloween Resurrection with Busta Rhymes doing kung fu against some ghosts.
Please tell me we're not still in Star Wars.
We are.
And that was his pitch. Oh my God, Voltaire.
Yes.
I want Busta Rhymes. I want like Halloween.
I like my
Resurrection.
pitch. I think a serial
want
killer
Busta Rhymes to
set in
save
the
me
Old
the-
Republic with a Jack the Ripper vibe would be
that
great.
is a good
movie.
pitch. I agree.
I think Busta Rhymes saying "May the Force be with you," and mother effer.
Yeah, and then he beats up Darth Vader like he beat up Michael Myers.
I'm sorry. We have the perfect serial killer already. The Stranger Cormier could be a perfect serial killer going around killing Jedis around the universe.
Hey,
All right,
Everybody loves Cormier.
Can I pitch my Star Wars horror
Go
film?
right ahead.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. I'm taking over, Max.
Thank you, Max. We got to talk about
Max is on. I'm going to take a break. I'm taking over the show.
Oh my
Go
God!
ahead,
No,
Perk.
bring him back in here.
No, bring him back.
This is my channel.
Oh,
Bruce,
Go ahead.
Bruce, you could do that.
I have
That's
a
pretty
bone
cool.
to pick with you, Raptor, for
Oh,
another
man,
stream.
Max,
We're going
Max.
to debate this week. We're going to.
Oh, Max.
No,
I
we're
had
gonna
to.
de-
I had to.
No,
I
no,
had
you
to
did
do
not
it.
have to.
I had to.
I trigger you more than other people because
You
you
do.
have four.
You
have
really
four-
do. And
you
that's
have
not
Forrest
healthy.
on your streams all the time. He says stuff similar to me, but you get angry.
I just want to know.
say
I
Forrest
just
says anything
calm
near-
down. Everybody, calm down. I just want it known before this jumps off. I want to hear Perp's
Yes.
horror pitch,
Yes.
but also. As mad as people are going to get, I agree with Max on the Johnny Storm thing. I'm sorry, I do.
I'm going to wait to debate him on his channel this week sometime.
But I want to see that debate. But I want to hear
debating right
Perp's
now?
pitch. I want to hear the pitch, Perp.
Max, we're gonna do it in your
where's
channel.
Where's my hello? Where's my hello?
Hello,
Everybody
Taladi.
say hello.
Hey, Taladi, how's it
Hey,
going?
Yeah, I just come in and you guys don't say hello to me. Like, what the
Oh,
fuck?
I'm sorry.
Herb, I hope you can do this. in
Whoa,
good
watch
faith.
your language,
What
bro.
the F?
Yeah.
Good
Okay,
faith
what's your pitch?
for
What's your
once.
pitch for this?
All
Is
right.
exciting. If they announce this at Star Wars Celebration, oh my god.
Yeah,
I
for the
hope.
first week, and then the next week you're gonna be doubtful and be like, "Oh, they announce everything."
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
back
Well,
and
yeah,
forth.
if it actually
It's
gets made, that's a different story. Yes,
okay.
but
Yeah,
if it's
What's
Tony
up with Ray?
Gilroy, they owe Tony Gilroy.
You just jump back and
Hey,
forth.
old Tony.
The initial
Gilroy.
announcements got to
Yeah.
ride that wave, but then afterwards got to take it down. All right. So
Yes.
I have been dying to do the Knights of Ren. Okay, I've been dying to do the Knights of Ren.
I like
What
that.
what happened, Max?
I got a call from my wife, but I told her I'm streaming.
Yeah, you're streaming,
Exactly.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've always wanted to do. You know how like George Lucas modeled it after World War II. You know, in World War II, like there was a lot of like when the Germans were losing, there was a lot, or the Nazis, I should say, there was a lot of like soldiers and stuff that would just start raiding other places and shit. And I wanted to do this idea that the Knights of Ren, after Vader dies in Return of the Jedi, that they decide they're going to go into Vader's castle and raid him and take anything they can. What they don't know is that he booby-trapped the shit out of it, and that also he collects all these different Sith curses and all these different, like almost like a conjuring type of collection. And they have to deal with that while trying to escape the castle.
That could be fun.
Okay, so that's actually really good. Kathleen Kennedy would never do it.
Yeah, I know.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Think of it
No, that's
as
actually
a,
good. That's legit. That's
as a
legit.
Star
Yeah,
Wars
I-
as a Star Wars supernatural Saw, like they're
I
stuck
would
in there
love
like
that.
Saw. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
The
I
whole
gotta say
thing,
that-
going into Vader's booby trap castle, and actually in the comics, he does have a bunch of Sith artifacts and weird
Yes,
crap in
perfect.
there.
The only problem is they've all got to escape to fit the timeline because they're
Yeah,
all
they
still
do.
alive
Well, we don't.
in
Well,
Force Awakens.
well, we could also. There could be a lot more Ren than we thought of.
Or that's okay. They started with 10, we lost 5.
Yeah. It's like,
There we
those are-
go.
They're like the Vulcans from Star Trek, where they're endangered.
Purple, you want
No, and
all
then-
of the Knights of Ren to be women.
Dude,
Oh.
majority
honest.
for sure.
I would pop
You know
counterculture.
one of them is going to
Not
be a
only
woman
should
bald.
be
I need a
women,
final girl. No, I'm
pregnant
actually going to
women.
have
Not
I'm
only
gonna have
should
one
be women,
woman.
but pregnant women. Let's just go all in.
pregnant Sith
And-
women.
Yeah.
and then
Pregnant
the
Sith
dude,
women sounds awesome.
no, and then the dude's Jedi mind trick.
Experiments being done on them, all of it. The whole works, man. We just go
Yeah.
full World War II.
You want them to pass the Bechdel.
But you want
whatever that thing
why
is.
do you want to? You want a final girl though? You don't want a Jedi or Sith?
He
to
wants
be
a
the
horror
first-
trope.
Who
I
says,
want-
the,
I
who
want the-
says the
the white
final girl can't be a
Be a
Jedi or a
Sith. Why can't you be a Sith?
Okay.
Wow,
She's
that was
a
very...
Knight of Ren. So
How
she's somewhat
sexist
more
have you
sensitive.
become lately, Max? Wow.
No, I did. No, I meant like just like someone in the Star Wars universe, but not like someone in the Jedi or Sith. Yeah, there are girls there too. I'm just saying I don't know. Do you want someone to overcome obstacles that doesn't have any powers?
That sounds like
no.
great
I
stuff.
want them to have like the normal Jedi and Sith powers. Really, there's going to be some that have a lot, some that don't have a little, but they just get overpowered by whatever's in there. It's just like there's no point.
Force sensitive though. She would be force sensitive.
Yeah, she would be.
But you know what? This would actually be I don't think this is a feature. I think this is a film for Disney Plus. If they were smart, they'd do it that way
for Halloween.
You know, a special. Since Marvel are bringing back doing special.
What about Predator versus Sith?
A special presentation, an hour of
90 minutes.
A Predator
90 minutes,
hunting Darth Maul
hour,
would be
that
amazing.
Perfect, yeah.
Oh yeah.
If it does well, do more. Yeah.
I mean, if there was anything else that Disney owned that you'd want to see crossover with Star Wars, I think it would be Aliens or Predator.
All right. I gotta tell you, that's a
not
very
Alien, not
good
no, because they've been on the real world. But
no, because
I would say
aliens
more.
Aliens take place in the future. I don't know how the hell will any Star Wars character will ever survive.
I'd say Predator more because the Predators, they go to hunt on so many planets and
universes. They literally go to different galaxies.
I would love Predator to just show up in the Star Wars universe. No explanation.
Wait, so that'll be another movie you won't watch?
Oh my
God! So what? You pulling out all the usual jokes today, Bruce?
This is not the fanboy in me, but I'm letting you guys know now.
Get some new material, Bruce.
The Sith would absolutely shit in Predator's mouth. I'm just letting you know.
We'll make him
fight, but Predators ain't gonna win that fight.
We'll make him watch Ark the Clown again, part 4, and this time
we're gonna have Arnold and Danny Glover show up in the Star Wars universe to help the Star Wars characters. Yeah, no, that is a cool pitch, actually.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Joe said he's got a surprise for me when I visit.
He sent it to me.
He got you candy?
No, he got me something better. He said he found me gold.
Yeah, he did.
Don't tell me. I like surprises.
I think that's sexual assault in most states, Max.
I don't know.
Okay.
Hey guys, I'd love to know.
You consent.
I already had an assault on my eyes. Me and Voltaire had it the last time we had Joe on. That video he showed. Voltaire, you remember? Oh my God!
Oh, Joe making out with Joe.
Oh my God! I never want to. I'd rather hear pee tinkle.
I don't understand why he loved that so much. I usually like Joe's sense of humor.
Unsolicited, him making out with himself.
Hey, that is art. That is art. Damn it! That was art.
Art is dangerous.
Art is dangerous. Art is not.
You know, I'm not.
It's not supposed to be safe.
Art is not supposed to what?
I'm not for burning books or censorship, but
that wasn't safe.
There's a limit for everything that needs to be censored.
That was like watching a Gasper
That's not even safe.
Yeah, it was.
I love that I got.
It was. It really was.
Shit now. I love that I got Perp saying that shit. That's my favorite. That is my favorite Rob Zombie quote. Art is not supposed to be safe.
I need to.
Wow.
Thank you,
Chris. I need to push back. I need to push back with you a little bit. I think the Predators could totally take a Sith. Because they
Sith? Us Sith, yeah.
Because they adjust to power level. We've never technically seen
Lord?
Yeah, because they've never
not a Sith Lord.
Dude, they have all these machines that they would use. They adjust to power level. That's why, like, if you're unarmed, they're gonna unarm themselves. They're gonna try to fight you.
One thing that the Acolyte showed really well is how much ass a Sith Lord can kick.
You don't know. You have to give like the Predator some stuff. Like obviously the helmet wouldn't they have that helmet, so they can't be their minds can't be read. Like you have to give a
I would
take,
work.
You know,
I would work in the storyline that somehow the Predator's armor is made out of Beskar steel, the stuff the Mandalorians use.
Yeah,
I would
exactly.
go full out in this story.
Yeah. You have to start adjusting with the lore.
But you still can't mess with the telekinetic dark side, man. They can just get in your mind and squish.
Nope, that's what the helmet's for.
Ooh, that's a good idea. So we go Magneto and Mandalorian. Yeah. Okay, we just make it a full out brawl. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
If they had a youngling survive episode 3, that would be like a horror movie with Anakin. But then I don't think people could like Anakin anymore from that point of view. That would be.
My story, Max. I would also have a twist ending. I would have it to where the serial killer Sith,
oh my God,
who is out here doing this whole, Jack the Ripper thing. The reason he's doing that is because he's looking for his next apprentice, and he's got to make the mother of one of these women that he's killing, and they would be women, hateful and vengeful and all that stuff, so he can get his apprentice. Or so I would work something like that. But I like the idea of the Sith serial killer.
I really like that idea, but
I like that.
It has to. You have to be careful.
You
that
could
way.
also,
he's like,
dude, you could make it like Mother, like a psychological thing where it's like he gets into that woman's life at first, and he's dealing with it. He's dealing with her, like he has to make her evil, right? He has to make her come out with an evil baby, and he starts doing it psychologically, and little by little, you find out he's a Sith. And so you do like this relationship Star Wars movie that gets super dark.
Speaking of that, real quick, I don't want to get sidetracked.
Rosemary's Baby in
but
there
I do
too.
want to, since we're talking about horror, I don't want to get sidetracked. I want to ask you guys: has anybody seen the movie Fresh yet?
No.
Fresh.
Sebastian Stan.
Oh, the cannibal movie
is a cannibal.
Yeah.
Who collects women, cuts off meat of their bodies, and sells it to rich people. And I thought it was going to suck, and it is phenomenal.
Is this a new movie?
It's on Hulu. It's been around for about 4 or 5 months.
Is that the one where he plays Donald Trump?
No. It's called Fresh.
It's called
He plays like a very charming Ted Bundy type.
No,
but
he's
he
a good
eats
actor.
people.
I was very
very
upset
good.
for him.
He was nominated. That's it.
I was very upset when he said the actor studio he couldn't get any other actor to interview him. I was like, that's BS. But Bruce,
as much as people don't care about the Oscars, the fact that he was just nominated adds another zero in his paycheck.
I want to hear what was going on Bruce's mind for Star Wars horror. If he could think of a pitch.
He said droids.
Droid.
Dude, when you were saying
Okay.
the whole thing of like if you do
It's where Afra comes in.
Order 66, I was thinking of like Schindler's List, where you have little Jedi kids hanging like
Hey
going
man,
to the
what
toilet.
is it with you? What is wrong with you tonight, man?
That's the first thing that came to my mind.
That's the
Like,
second
the
time.
Jedi kids hiding in a toilet.
Why you want to kill them?
Why? Yeah, but why do you keep
the
reverting
Jedi
back
kids
to
hiding in a
Nazi-
toilet would
you
be
keep
so
going back
that-
to Nazis.
You do,
What is the matter
you
with
redo Schindler's List, but with the Jedi. The Jedi Temple.
No,
Massacre.
that
That'd be crazy.
Time out. You want Kathy to redo her movie?
I want a shout out of little Jedi kids hiding in the toilet. In the
Why do you want
Jedi toilet?
Why you want Kathy to redo the movie that she did with
from the Sith?
I started to say Anakin
that would get an
66
Academy
thing.
Award nomination.
I
Don't tell me
started to say
what.
the Anakin, 66, but that's be too extreme. I don't think you could do it.
Well,
It
no,
just-
No shit.
It was bad enough at the episode 3. It was very
Oh, damn, that was-
and then
Ooh,
I was
I
like,
remember that.
you can't do it.
We're talking, dude. You know what? Star Wars isn't for kids anymore. It's for us. It's for adults. They could go that dark if they wanted.
That was
to.
also
20
20
years.
years, guys. That was 20 years ago. Also,
In
That
20
was-
years, they could
that
go
was
that dark.
20 years ago, man. You couldn't go that dark. Now it belongs to somebody else.
Yeah,
Lucas
this
is
for
the one that
adults
said he
now.
would never go above PG 13, and he struggled doing that. He didn't even want to do that scene.
Look at
but
how
he
much
knew it had to
look at
go
how-
with the story.
Look at how hard the freaking what's that called? The skeleton crew bomb. No one wants the kid shit anymore.
Yeah, I
Acolyte,
think
the
they
little-
should swing for the fences, man. They
Yeah,
really
go
should.
for it's all our age
Listen,
people that talk
80s
about Star
I
Wars.
think the difference there, and I liked Skeleton Crew, was okay to me, but the difference there is some kids stuff in the 80s and 90s was scary. They should have gone scarier with Skeleton
You
Crew.
think
And I
so?
think, yeah.
The first time I saw Ghostbusters, there was a scary scene in it, even for me as a kid.
No, I think they should have went. I think they should have went.
God,
old
you
Why
school.
why don't they do a Star Wars Ghostbusters where
Pirates.
you have this group of people hunting Jedi, like the Jedi ghost, the spirits?
Like
Yeah.
the Force Ghosts.
Yeah, the Force
you
ghosts. You
guys
have a
are-
group of
We
people
want a
hunting
real
Force
horror
ghosts.
movie, not a parody. We don't want like
All I have to say for you guys
that
to
could be
come out,
scary.
all I have to say, you guys come on, you were scared as kids watching Ghostbusters or whatever the hell you watching. You were a bunch of pussies as kids. What the
I
fuck?
remember being a kid though, Brucey, and some things being scary.
I
to me.
was.
I was. There were some.
I know.
Ghostbusters didn't scare me, but movies like The Gate scared me. Movies like Alien. Well, those are actual horror movies. Never mind. I can't think of a kids movie that actually
Yeah,
scared
come on,
me.
kids movies.
Yeah, I can't think of one that actually
Who
scared
was
me.
scared of kids
Ghostbusters
movies?
2?
Were you scared of Dark Crystal, Max?
No.
Oh no! Wait a
like
minute.
it.
Those things on the stilts freaked me out. I wasn't scared, but those
God.
things freaked me out, man. The Skeksis and those things on the
Grave of the
stilts,
Fireflies.
bro. Those things were scary.
I
bro.
want to.
And the kids are in a rock of the
real men
asteroid or
come
whatever.
to the panel.
And
Let
when
me
they're
know.
sucking the life
Oh,
out of
man.
that kid,
Yeah.
that was a
I
little
think
bit
I'm gonna-
scary.
Oh, you're too. What, Talani? You're leaving too with that? Okay, Talani. Do you have any ideas for Star Wars horror?
Yeah. One
What?
thing.
What?
A horror film with the stormtroopers
Okay.
against the Mandalorians, and it's like it's a shoot 'em up, right?
Like a
But
war film.
What's the
brutal-
horror aspect?
Where's the
though?
horror coming in?
The
The horrors of war.
The horrors is
Get out
like
of here.
Oh please!
the horrors of
Put him
it.
in the corner.
The horrors of it is that it's going to be so.
No, wait. Voltaire might be onto something. You're right, Taladia. That's not a bad idea. We go full apocalypse now, because I don't
Yeah.
care what anyone says. That's a horror movie.
All
You
right.
could go whole rated R on it. on this stuff. And
Rated R is horror.
The
Just
stormtroopers
make them
lose their
strong.
shit. They're in the
This is
jungle.
not a
They lose their
Let
shit.
him finish. Let him finish. Let him
The
finish.
second,
This is,
prequel
can you help
movie?
him? This is not a horror film.
I'm trying to think of how we can make it
Star
work.
Wars got a whole freaking Holocaust. Come on.
I think
there's
Max
aliens.
the Mandalorian slept in, and then all the other Mandalorians left, and he's overwhelmed by stormtroopers.
No, but there's
That's
whole like
Stormtroopers
No, but-
don't even know how to shoot right.
no,
How's
but
that a
here's the
horror
thing.
film?
Let me finish. There's whole like aliens and everything eating the, they can eat the stormtroopers. They eat the Mandalorian. They'll eat anything, and they'll come in between the war. So
Also, like a monster movie. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So then
How
these
about you
guys
make
who are
it
once
that the-
enemies have to team up against these monsters.
I say
Yeah.
no, I don't say typical stormtroopers. I would say elites, like
Dark
in Rogue
Troopers,
One,
the
Dark
Death Troopers. Yeah,
the
the
Death
Death
Troopers,
Troopers.
and they have a Death Trooper Wrangler that trains creatures from
Because they
around the
don't miss
universe.
those Death Troopers.
It-
Just ask
the-
Baze and Charut. Those Death Troopers don't miss, baby.
So the Death Troopers release these creatures onto into a Mandalorian stronghold, and one Mandalorian slept in like me, and all the other Mandalorians left, and he has to survive.
How about we make it a possession movie? Somebody's possessed by Darth
Oh,
Maul,
that's actually really good.
and Rey is tasked with tracking the possessed person down, and then she has to exercise him at the end of the movie.
Actually, possession with the Sith part of
Possession
the
works very
Force,
well.
being a Jedi, being trained and been started to be possessed by the dark side would be pretty interesting. There could be something to be done there. Yeah, interesting, Bruce. There
I
you
like
go.
Possession. I love.
I hate
possession
those type of movies, though. I don't like
There you
them.
go.
Though.
You wouldn't watch Exorcist with me, you chicken.
I don't
Well,
want to
that's
see
a brilliant
Exorcist.
film, Max. That's very good.
I know it's just
Max,
freaks me
don't
out.
watch it. Don't listen to
No, it's not for you, Max, but it's a brilliant film. It's very.
I might give it a shot. RJ's here. Hey, RJ. Hello.
It's so brutal. It's like now that it's been shown 100 times and everybody's seen it, there's no shock value. But I can't imagine what people are doing in the theaters in the 70s when she started violating herself with that crucifix. My mom would have passed out.
I didn't even know about that.
Like, dude, it was so freaking,
the chicken
man.
jockey of the 70s.
It was.
He tells
it
the
was
priest that
bad.
his mother S's D's in hell.
Oh my god, dude, it was bad. Now
I'm
it's
so
like
tired of that.
nothing.
Come
Now
on,
it's really
RJ
nothing.
just got here. RJ just got here.
But
I'm out.
Your weird tweets. They knew.
Thanks,
What did that mean?
So I got a pitch for a Star Wars horror project.
I'll listen to this, then I'll go.
Okay.
My pitch is Max is hired as Lucasfilm president.
This is
and
not a.
cracks
This is
under
all
pressure,
amazing.
just slowly
I guarantee you, I would do better than Kathy.
This is just a remake of the producers.
I think anyone here could do a better job than Kathy. Anyone here.
But that's the twist.
You guys are crazy.
Except for
Crack
Barry.
under the
That's
pressure,
very
slowly
disconnected
building
of you,
things.
Max. Congrats.
I don't have the connections that she has.
No,
I
you're
mean,
very disconnected to what she does. And
You can't even get people to show up for your streams, and you talk about you could do a better job than Kathy.
Man, that burned. You just made me. I'm gonna cry a tear, Bruce. I only have 22 people watching.
You know, your channel's dying.
Wow.
Now,
What the?
It's because he's not talking about DCU stuff.
Damn, that's some
why.
hating shit.
I could talk about Fantastic
That's
Four,
why he's
James Gunn or
has to
something,
result in giving
but
them
I'm
a
very
award.
excited
There's
about
nothing
it.
to talk about.
I'm very excited about Star Wars Celebration. I hope there's a project that's announced that I'm excited about that doesn't happen.
What about the Cal Kestis project?
I would
Hey,
love
man.
that. Would be a that would be a mic drop.
I
That
hate
would
to
be
be
my
I
thought.
hate to be like that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy. It doesn't matter what they announce at Star Wars Celebration because they're gonna announce like 30 things and we're gonna get 10.
What
of them.
about if we get the
You know,
Mandalorian
they're like
project?
what?
Yeah, what if
20
they
of
do
them-
trailers? What if they
20
learn?
of them? 20 of them will never see the light of day. I'm still waiting for my Patty Jenkins Rogue Squadron movie, man.
They
Screw
did a
that.
whole short for that.
I mean, well, the last time we heard that she
Did a whole short.
That's the last time we ever heard of her. Other than that,
See, Senior Nerd. that
Shut
would
up,
be-
Anthony Cheeseman. Stop it. You're doing that on purpose. No body horror. No body horror in Star Wars. Leave it out. You guys know that's the one horror I can't watch. I don't
Dude,
want
Vader's
any
whole
body horror.
origin's a body horror story.
That's not exactly true, man.
Come on.
It's kind of true.
Yes.
Kind of. I could see that.
That dude's screaming in pain in there.
Okay, so we've heard this thing. I'm out. Peace.
All right,
Be good,
thanks,
Bye.
buddy.
Yeah, sleep well, buddy.
Yeah, well.
Donovan even says I can't get excited for this because these announcements very rarely come to fruition.
But I still agree. I agree. Like I agree with Donovan to some extent. Star Wars is on the decline when you look at the shows, but everyone talking, and I'm not a big fan of the sequel trilogies, to be honest, but every one of them surpassed $1 billion. Star Wars is still an IP that is a license to print money if you do it right.
So is she? Does anyone know? Is she in Japan? Is she there for it?
Probably. She's Kathleen Kennedy, man. Of course she is.
That would be very
PvP. Trying to make a big splash after that.
The one that does the celebration every year. Yes, I mean, well, every 3 years. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to celebration.
There's rumors that we might get.
When is it?
I'm not looking forward to celebration.
It's this weekend.
I think it's this weekend.
It's next weekend.
It's this weekend.
It's this weekend.
You guys are gonna do the same thing.
It's Easter weekend. I've been to 2 of them, guys. I went to the one in Orlando and I went to the one in Chicago. Oh yeah, I've been to 2 Star Wars celebrations.
That's
I'm telling you, there's something special, man. When you walk in there and they got a full size AT-AT or an ATST. They got full-size TIE fighters you can crawl in. They've got cars that are designed with paints. Like, it's great, man. And you always get something special. But when they do the panels, I've been there, and I'm telling you, the panels is when people are like, meh. Yeah. They kind of fall back. They watch them on the day. They want to shop. They want to pick up the Black Series you can't get no place else. They want those Comic-Con.
See, if I was there, I'd be for the panels. I don't care about the merch as much.
But I'll tell you what, the year that everyone, the Rise of Skywalker sucks, blah, blah, blah. But I'll tell you what, the year that Palpatine came out and said, people lost their shit.
I think
people
that was bigger.
Freaked out, man.
That was bigger than Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Doom. Yes. But then you saw, then you thought about it and like, oh, they're bringing Palpatine back again.
I just don't like the day.
Can we all agree
they're not, Joe.
You guys are gonna do what you do every time there's a celebration, a con. You get your hopes up. When they don't announce what you want to hear, then you shit on it for another 2 or 3 months.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
That's what Max is going to do.
Bruce must be talking about you guys. Bruce must
be
talking
hope
about
for
you
Acolyte fans.
I don't ever do that.
For Acolyte fans, Perp, did you see this?
What?
The guy that plays the Stranger is there, and no other.
But what do you mean hope?
Members...
If I'm very satisfied with how it ended. What do you mean by hope?
Okay, you're going with this whole argument that we got what we got.
That's how I felt since day one, bro. I did not come up with this. This is just how I felt.
Pinto is going to be there. He's the only cast member from the Acolyte going to be there. Maybe he might be used in another project. Maybe there's a Star Wars vision based on his character.
Maybe he's there promoting the books they announced last year.
That's true. That could be it.
He's Asian.
I'm telling you right now, if there's any character from that Doom show, which I did like, by the way, if there's any character from that Doom show that gets to go on in something new, it will be that guy.
He is
it will
really
be that
well
character.
Received. Really well received.
Yeah, it will be him.
They have to have May if she's in it.
And in Perp's defense, he's never liked Star Wars.
But she's a great actress. I'm sorry.
I'm the great pretender.
I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
You're wrong. Perp is the only person who liked the Acolyte who doesn't want anymore.
Bruce, who did you say was a great actor?
Because he runs with the argument that it wasn't a failure.
No, it's because I was satisfied with the storytelling, and I demonstrated when I ask you what needs to be answered, and no one gives me an answer, and it's like, okay, that's it right there. That's
Darth Sidious.
What about Darth Sidious?
Or about what's next for the Stranger? What's next for May?
They're training each other. They're training each other.
Okay,
they can literally show up in any other project.
Being involved.
Who?
That's right. Probably the best way to bring back.
Don't we already know who that Plagueis guy is?
Not call it the Acolyte season 2. Do something else. Do something.
They were going to do a season 2, but it got canceled because
Plagueis
was
a
Thank you, RJ. Yes.
Plagueis was a dude in a cave, like, okay, and I understand that he's a
people have been waiting for years for that,
and that just what that answers is who trained this guy. I only cared about the guy.
Again,
you guys put this Star Wars shit into it, where it's like, now I need the answer to that, and it's like,
no. But here's the thing: so you're telling me that if I came in, you've replaced Kathleen Kennedy, and I come in and say, look, I want to do a story with Plagueis where Palpatine comes on as his apprentice, and he kills the Stranger to replace him. You wouldn't want to do a movie about that?
I would, but I wouldn't call it Acolyte season 2. I would use characters. I would call it something else, and I would use characters. I would reuse the characters. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't want an literally. There's no reason to have an Acolyte season 2. It's a bad idea.
No, that's false. I completely.
I
changed my. What's that?
What was missing from the Acolyte that you needed?
Kathy. All you
Can you
Kathy
answer
bros,
the question?
I'm going to use the term again.
You could
all
only,
you Kathy bros,
Max. You could only so hard. You could
I
only
like-
so hard if you just answer the question, and you won't.
I say
What needs
I
to be
wanna-
left? Like what needs to be
I want
answered?
to see what's
such a-
next with the Stranger, with May and Sidious. I
That
want to
can
see
literally
more.
be done in any other
Okay,
show.
the show leaves you, but the show. My point is, the show leaves you exactly where you could infer what's going to happen next. She's going to get trained, right? With Plagueis looking on.
I
That's
don't
it.
want to infer. I want to watch. Okay. But this is why I call you Kathy Bros, because
Yeah.
you, even when there's a success under Kathy, you don't admit where there's some things that have not gone as planned. Oh, it's fine as it is. It's not like they weren't developing a season 2 that got pulled.
Was it greenlit? Was it in development?
They were
Active
writing
development?
it. It was in development.
So
Yes,
what?
at some
What
form.
proof do you have that it was in development, Max? Show me receipt. Show me something. Give me anything.
This is the game that apologists play.
Apologists.
It's common,
You know, I don't know if you
knowledge.
guys notice when Max
I mean,
doesn't have an argument.
once
with
again,
something,
I don't
he
care
starts
about
name
stupid
calling.
ratings. I've never cared about stupid box office.
I
That
love
it's just
the
a crutch to talk about movies. All I care about was the quality. I told you the reason why I don't feel there needs to be a season 2. You could have the different characters move on here or there, show up and do something. A little cameo.
but
there's no reason.
not
And I've
admitting
always said that, and I don't know
Thank
why
you.
I get labeled a Kathleen Kennedy, dude, because it's just right there.
Because
I'm,
Max
call me
doesn't
a
have
I'm
all the
showing you
names.
why. I'm
All
telling you.
names.
Okay, go ahead.
Look, to be honest, I could
whoa.
never, I could never hate on. I'm going to be honest. Star Wars aside, I could never hate on somebody with the resume that Kathleen Kennedy has. There's just no way.
Manny
couldn't easily do it.
Jacinto.
I just couldn't. You
Let
know,
RJ
Manny
speak.
Jacinto did an interview back in December. He said that Leslie Headland told him that the plan was to do 3 seasons of the show.
Thank you,
That it was
RJ.
a 3-season story arc.
Thank
But
you.
that's not
Cool.
the same.
Cool.
that's
So
not
what
the
didn't
same
get
as
answered,
being
guys?
greenlit.
So what
Hey,
didn't?
you're not-
Why can't? That's the main question.
understand
We got
I
a
put a
we got a
link to the
beginning,
article
we
in
got a
the
middle,
private
we
chat.
got an end. Why is it
You're
so
not
hard to believe to
listening.
be satisfied?
I
with that?
said, yes, you can infer things. Things could be explained in comics or books. I want to see it on screen. I love this. This is the best.
No, but we got an
Disney
ending.
Star
But
Wars.
my
Right,
point is,
Jonathan.
we got an ending. We got an ending to the
Okay.
mystery. We got the characters had their arcs, and they could move on. If we got an ending, why aren't you satisfied that?
Well,
I'm satisfied with an ending.
Because I want it.
Okay.
That's why I'm not satisfied. I want to see more.
no.
It's some of the best
How can
action besides
God, man
the Crouching
babies are
Tiger.
Go ahead,
so
Voltaire
difficult
has
to deal
something.
with.
Please,
I have a
Voltaire,
question.
own me.
How can you? It was written. Like, forget about what RJ said. Thank you, RJ.
It was
But
written.
It was. We didn't need that. It was written to leave open for more seasons, right? They left threads open. For
Okay,
that.
what
Doesn't
thread?
all
What
seasons
important
go through
threads?
that?
What important threads?
I think the only thing they really left open that was important that people really wanted to question was
Yeah,
the,
just
the
like-
relationship,
Yeah, it's
the
like-
relationship between the 2 sisters.
You
I think that would
No,
be
I
the
don't-
only way they could
no,
go.
I don't think so. But everyone says Plagueis. But Plagueis, we know who Plagueis is.
Oh
We-
yeah, they
we
did leave
understand-
Plagueis out there. Yeah, man.
But
Wow.
that's but we know who he is. He's the guy that trained that dude. That's all you need to know.
can't- you-
Okay,
That's
okay.
all you needed to know.
You poo-poo that. Oh, he's just going to train
You
her.
can't-
Like
you-
that's not a whole story arc. And what
You
they're
can't-
It could
you
be,
can't-
but it doesn't
I-
have
I'm
to be. Is my
calling
point.
Perp
Yeah,
out-
we
I'm
got a
calling Perp out on
satisfactory
this.
ending
I'm
to it.
calling Perp out on this. You can't introduce a character like Plagueis and just show him like that's all we need. That's all we need. He's finally in Star Wars. In the
You don't think he's going to show up again?
in physical form?
You don't think
You
that
don't,
would
you don't think he's
just
going to
be-
show up again?
You
You
can
don't need him in
infer the rest.
Acolyte 2. My point is, everyone already knew who he was. You don't need him in Acolyte 2 to answer.
Yeah,
Plagueis'
and
character.
listen,
Like,
and to help Perp
oh my
out a little
God,
bit,
it's
and
just
to,
so
listen, I hold on, guys, hold on, and to help, I don't think Perp's saying he didn't want more of it. He's saying he's satisfied. Of all the people, while everybody was shitting on this show, Perp was out there every
loved
week
it too.
standing up for this show. He loved this show.
Yeah.
So it's not Perp's not saying he didn't want more of it. He's saying it's okay that we
It's
didn't get more.
satisfying. It's
Yeah,
satisfying.
he's okay.
I'm not.
with
I'm
the
not going to
ending.
pretend and do a fake little Snyder guy thing that we need more, but the story's not finished. It's bullshit. You guys want to do that for everything. now.
I am consistent with that.
You guys want to do that for everything now.
I want more. You know, I'm actually
It's
at the bottom. Of
pathetic.
the,
It's fake.
Listen.
It's grifting.
at the bottom of my list is
Grifting.
actually seeing more Snyder stuff now
Talk
that we're getting
about
more
it.
DC. But I want to see Batgirl. I want to see the Acolyte restored.
Batgirl's a
just
different
like
scenario. We didn't see a
just
movie.
like I was asking for Daredevil to return before the Snyder cut. I'm the most consistent mother effer
And look
here.
what happens
are
when they
not
listen to the
consistent at
fucking
all.
fans.
What we get Daredevil, and it's
Yeah.
great.
And what do you guys care about? ratings and shit.
No, I've watched.
How's Daredevil doing?
Well, I don't know about me.
Daredevil,
you guys
I
never
If you
watched
talking
the
about the
show
fans
where they
online,
just
sure, they care about ratings. Sure, whatever.
so you guys never watched the show where they just put a character there to introduce them to use later on, and doesn't go anywhere in that particular show. You never
that's
seen
annoying.
that ever in Hollywood history.
I didn't say it never happens. I said it's annoying.
No, I think that's what Marvel is now, guys. I think those standalone movies are just, they're plot movers to get to the
stop
next
copying
event
forth.
movie.
Let the Snyder Bros be special.
That's
what made it special. If you guys want that for everything, you want a Snyder Cut for everything now.
No, they introduced an era.
And I think the reason people care, Perp, I will say this much. I think I've told you this before. I think the reason people care about box office and the reason they care about ratings isn't just for talking points. I think they care because that if it does good, that means they get more of something that they like.
Sure.
I think that's why people care. Me, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I'm going to enjoy Daredevil whether it flops or not. I'm one of the few people that love The Rise of Skywalker. I'm going to watch it.
So many people care about the box office and viewers and Nielsen ratings,
that's part of movie
but they're
talk.
not watching it. They're not going to the movies
that's
to
all
spend
movie
money.
talk.
So that argument is bullshit.
It's all movie talk.
I
Max.
got Disney Plus. I paid it again after I canceled my subscription just for Daredevil. I just have to catch. I'm actually going to end the stream a little early tonight so I could finish Daredevil.
How many
I'm gonna
episodes
watch
are
it
you
tonight.
behind?
What about the Last of Us?
You've only seen 2.
Yes, I've been. You don't know, Chris. I've been so busy
But
with
you've
family
done how many
stuff.
streams
Okay,
about
all right,
Daredevil?
Yeah,
Okay.
what about the Last of Us?
I'm waiting for my wife to get back to see The Last of
Oh,
Us.
the Last of Us.
I want to watch it, Anthony, but part of me wants to just wait till it's all over because I hate wanting that next episode.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing with Daredevil.
It sets me off, dude.
Let's have some
Man.
fun here with what summer movie are you most excited for? And I'm looking forward to
Shout out to
both
Hideki and Von Trier.
I am looking forward to both Superman and Fantastic Four, but after the recent
But you constantly complain about them.
No, but I said the marketing's not great for either one. After the recent interview with Johnny Storm,
Hold on. Shut up, RJ. You complain about stuff all the time that you love. What are you talking about?
He's just messing with me. He's just
big troll. He's big old troll. He's big old troll, and he's a bully. He's a bully, is what he is.
Allow it.
And he farts a lot.
RJ, you're a bully.
No, don't say that, Perp. I've never heard him.
I heard it just now. You didn't hear that little. You never hear that little in the background when he's talking.
That was me.
Oh.
No.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you real quick. I got to get out of here because I got to run across the street, get something to drink, and I got to take my insulin. But I want to say, guys, look, I love you guys, and the one, believe it or not, now after Thunderbolts, the one I'm looking forward to the most is now Superman. And I didn't think did you guys ever think you'd hear Chris say that? No, but I'm telling you, the one I'm looking forward to the most after seeing that little 5-minute clip. Superman bending down, holding the hand of a dying robot. That's my Superman. That's the movie I'm most excited for this year now. Believe it or not. That's crazy, right? That's crazy.
I actually, before you go, Chris, I will say after the fair criticisms, I believe, and I will discuss with Perp later this week on Johnny Storm, because Johnny Storm's I
want to talk about your James Bond, your terrible James Bond take. I want to talk about your terrible James Bond.
Well, okay, before I leave, will you at least let him finish?
Yeah. So I still am looking forward to Fantastic Four, but Superman has gone above that for me, above Fantastic Four, because Johnny Storm and the Thing are my favorite characters out of Fantastic Four, and
I'm excited. I'm excited. Speaking for a guy who, I don't want to get all sappy, but speaking for a guy who just lost his father not too long ago, that scene where he hugs his dad, it hits me every time. And I don't know why, man, because I've seen it a million times in Smallville, and I've seen it, but for some reason, this one caught me in the feels, and then Superman's hanging down there with a dead robot. I can't speak on that enough, guys. Go watch that scene. I can't believe Superman actually gives a shit about a dying robot, bro. Anyway, I'm going to get something to drink. I'm taking my insulin. I don't want to miss the debate, so you guys better put it on Twitter.
He says he wants it on my channel.
I love you guys. I'm out of here. All right, everybody, be good.
All right, thanks. I don't know.
Oh
what we can
man,
do.
I got such excitement.
You have
news
the
I can't
absolute
share with
worst
people.
take on Johnny Storm, by the way.
He has the worst take on James
Yes.
Bond. He has him and Voltaire. You guys together. You guys need to
I
be
didn't
separated.
say I hate the movie.
You and Voltaire
get
need to
on
be
that
separated,
chat, so
or you
demolish
need
both
someone.
of
You
your
need
arguments
you need
so hard.
parental guidance when you guys
Voltaire
do
should
your
be
mic
one
drop.
Our takes win.
You need parental guidance. I've never seen anyone need parental guidance for a take.
We need 2v2
Until I saw
on the
that
mic
show.
drop. 2v2.
I agree.
We invite people on
Max,
that
I have a
show.
question for you.
Many
real quick.
people are scared to come on that show
Max,
because they
have
can't
you
handle
ever
the
picked
heat.
that- Max, have you ever picked up a Fantastic Four comic?
Listen,
RJ.
gatekeeping ass. I'm sick.
Hey, get forth the link. Give forth
yes,
the link.
I have. This is the member stream.
Or is your
Or
only
I'm not a member
knowledge of
anymore.
The Fantastic Four, the
Wait a
Chris Evans
second.
version in the movies?
You're
I'm not a member anymore.
I
That
am
was
subscribed.
you need to earn that shit back. I'm sorry.
I agree.
I'm not
Oh
gonna.
my
I'm not gonna
God.
pay you to get.
You
There's an
cheap
easy
bastard.
response. I didn't know.
Hated.
I didn't know you weren't a member anymore.
I was.
I'm not
Because
trying
you're
to
I lost
only
it. I was
I'm
like,
not
no,
trying
no,
to
he's
hurt
punished.
your-
The Chris Evans
It's a
version, then you
punishment.
don't know the character.
You got one by me on tonight, Perp. I didn't know
Stop
you
it.
weren't. But
I'll get back on. Okay, it's just 1 week.
no.
You get a
I
1
don't
week.
like that. I'm not gonna tell you lies.
No, I think
just
more
to
people
get-
need to do that to
And
their
again,
freaking.
I'm not trying to gatekeep, but like Max, like Johnny Storm is more than just what you saw in the Chris Evans
know, that's-
version.
No,
There's more- there's
he's
more-
not making
there's-
out with women. Yeah.
So who to say this version of
I don't care if
Johnny
he
Storm
flirts
will
with
not
The
men.
be
only reason why
affected?
I
He's
would want him to make out
flirtatious.
with a woman is he's about to set them both on fire. And she's just like, ah.
The reason Max doesn't like Joseph Quinn because he's not a guy that Max would want to fuck.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
my goodness.
Actually,
wants
I
to
mean,
fuck with Evans.
I think men are attractive. He's like bottom of the list of celebrity crushes. Yeah.
There we go. See,
Lord have mercy.
the real reason finally comes out.
Now Pedro, that's Mr. Fantastic. Woo!
Ew,
He is
really?
not. They really made him.
come
just-
on.
I'm
bring
just saying
back
that-
the-
Nope.
Come on,
Done.
Bruce.
Nope.
No,
I'll
come
bet
on,
you. I'm going to
Bruce.
tell you right now. That
All right,
Superman's
everybody
gonna
shut
do
up. We
better at
got
the box
5
office
gifted
than this
memberships from Raya.
Oh wow,
Max?
that's great.
film. Yay,
Let me bring this-
Raya.
I appreciate that, Ray.
Thank you, Raya, for doing that.
No.
That was a response from
someone else. Someone other than
Uh-huh.
if someone wants to send
Okay,
forth
I'll
the link that's
resubscribe.
no, that is a member, send it to him. You know, that's what I was going to say. That's the great thing about.
Oh, thank you,
MME
Fourth. Can you put what Fourth set up? Thank you, Fourth. I really appreciate that coming from
I'll wait for the Perp Street, the #1 place for movie talk. What the?
talk movies over there. It's crazy.
Can you kiss his ass anymore, Fourth? God.
Whoa!
Get him in here.
I was trying to bait him in here.
Get him in here.
Kissing your nobody.
Well, also, I have a point to make real quick too.
We're not
Everybody
telling. No. Wait, we got to get to the memberships. Oh, this is great. Isaac's back. Rhea gifted. Oh, and now Callie did fart. God damn it. Woo! I'm giving you some breaks on the treats, Callie. Okay, so Rhea gifted 5 memberships. Isaac, the biggest movie fan. William Powell from the Sci-Fi Center again. W. Necron, Daniel Martin, and that dude Vince. That's an awesome.
They weren't members before?
No.
Fire.
Wow.
Isaac still supports the channel. He just doesn't do memberships as much. He does
Good.
super chats. Yes. So okay. Who was talking? Go ahead.
It was me.
Mrs. Arden.
Everyone complains like, oh, they needed like it's just the Fantastic Four. They're boring. Yada yada yada. So when they actually try and like evolve the characters or do something different, separate from the past versions, you guys still complain.
I'm okay with characters evolving. This is a fun, in my opinion. This is
Like-
one of the
like if you
fundamental,
want this Fantastic Four
fundamental
to
characters.
Did you hear what
Let's
Vanessa
do
Kirby had to say
something
about?
different.
Did you hear what Vanessa Kirby had to say about her character?
Yeah,
I
but
said I'm
Sue
okay
Storm
with
usually
Vanessa
takes
Kirby.
a back seat, which
Sue
is
Storm-
nonsense.
Yeah, Sue's.
That's who she is.
No, she did. That's
Like,
literally
what the
part of her
fuck? Like,
character.
that's how the
She's
character is.
invisible.
I'm talking about
because-
her take on the character, which I personally found
Donnie
interesting.
or Invisible Woman.
No, Invisible Woman. Like,
Invisible
she's, like,
Woman.
very
I don't
angry.
have criticisms of her yet.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What's she saying?
What she said that what they're trying to explore, which I personally find this interesting, and I think I think the other side of people that are always bitching about these movies being woke is that she's trying to find femininity through being a house mother. She's trying to find they were trying to find that angle. I find that kind of interesting because normally
that's Invisible Woman's character. She's kind of the mother figure of the crew. Yes.
Okay.
She keeps them
sure,
together.
but they were
Yeah,
trying to
part of
find a more feminine angle to that, and I find that very interesting. Is because you're normally when they're trying to do the feminine thing, they do it in other ways outside of like the house mother.
And you weren't here for the beginning of the stream where I explained that the Fantastic Four, part of their powers are given to them with the incident in space, or they're mutated.
Don't be weird about it either, Donovan. See, I don't
I
want.
think Donovan's right.
Listen,
Mommy,
that's
like,
an okay thing.
I know that Elizabeth Olsen said that she felt uncomfortable when
So,
people were calling her mommy.
Mr. Fantastic,
For whatever reason, every friend base just call the actress mommy.
Mr. Fantastic is a big ego. He thinks he needs to be everywhere, involved in everything. He stretches himself everywhere. Invisible Woman. Part of her personality is she is the most beautiful woman ever. She is a motherly figure,
What?
but sometimes
the most
she's
beautiful woman ever is part of her personality.
but she's invisible. Her personality and her looks. She's invisible to read.
Wait,
Sometimes
what do you
when
mean?
he's
How do
all
you
up in his
know?
mind.
How do you know this?
From
What are you-
stories?
What
And
stories?
And then their
What are you
powers.
talking? What stories?
Their powers take parts of their personality, and the Human Torch is
That's
a
not a
literal
real thing.
hothead. Yes,
That-
it is.
Isn't that from the
That's not a real
movie?
thing, Max.
Isn't that
He's
from
a
the movie?
literal hothead.
Isn't that a
Yes.
movie? Isn't that from the movie?
Bruce, explain
And the
Fantastic
thing
Four.
is
Isn't that
the
from the
rock
movie?
of the group. The thing is the
What?
rock of the group.
I can't.
Yes.
I can't.
Yes.
Stanley is
Dwayne
rolling
Johnson?
over in his grave right now.
No, that's
He's in the
great.
He's the Dwayne Johnson of the group.
Well, why can't Johnny just be the cool uncle in this movie? If the focus is going to be on Sue and
I
Reed
want
and
him
their
to be
kid,
kind
I
of an
mean-
asshole. I want him to, and that's why the thing when he does clobbering time, a lot of times Johnny triggers him and he comes through, and it's even more, it's even a better scene when clobbering time happens after Johnny gets the thing going.
Okay, let me just explain this to you, Max.
I'm
I don't
absolutely
know.
right.
Are
I don't
those
know.
Fox movies canon to more MCU?
No.
I also watched the animated series, and
I'm asking you a question, Max.
Are they canon to the MCU?
Yes.
Not necessarily. It depends on what happens to Deadpool, Wolverine, Doomsday. I don't know. Johnny Storm was in Deadpool, Wolverine.
I'm just pointing out that the MCU's take is not going to be Fox's take.
That's fine.
So
There's
you
been a
can't-
lot
you
of versions
can't-
of the Fantastic
you
Four
can't
that have been like that.
impose what you've seen before on this version of the Fantastic
One of
Four.
my first bootlegs is the Roger Corman Fantastic Four movie because I
Oh
wanted to
my
see it so
God.
bad.
What does that
I've
mean?
loved the
What does that
Fantastic
have to
Four
do with
before this.
this?
I'm saying I watched.
How is
the
Johnny in
animated
that one?
series.
Wait, I have a
Yeah.
question real quick.
How is Johnny in that
What
one, Max?
exactly about the quote got you upset?
Max,
Like,
how
I've
is Johnny in the
watched
no? How
He's
is Johnny in the
concerned
Roger
about
Corman?
people's
How was
feelings.
Johnny in the Roger Corman one? What was his character like, Max?
He's kind of. I mean,
Was he a
wasn't as
playboy?
good. He wasn't as good
Was he a playboy?
as. He wasn't as good. I give that a lot of passes because it was low budget.
Was he a playboy? You could hire an actress.
I have
be
to.
a playboy.
I have to
That
rewatch
Johnny
it.
didn't
He
do
wasn't
jack
flirting with a
shit.
bunch of women in that movie.
That Johnny didn't even do jack
Yes,
shit.
Johnny may be the immature, self-absorbed hotshot who learns to care for others. He comes through at the end of the day.
Can we not joke about child
I didn't hear-
assault
I
in the chat, please? Thank
didn't
you.
hear-
Yeah, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
That's you did the other night also, so that's
Who's
not
that?
cool. Peter Quill, Johnny. Yeah, come on, dude. You did that twice. You did it the other night also. Not cool.
Yeah, okay. I agree with
You
that.
say he looks creepy.
Yeah, say he
All
looks
right.
like Voltaire.
But my whole
How
thing
dare
is
you.
like I don't understand why
Yeah.
like that interview
Thank you,
triggers
Cal.
me. That's just what I'm confused about because I'd watched the mic drop.
I said because I'm really looking. He was the one I'm most
It's
concerned.
one of the worst things you'll ever see, RJ. And you know,
So
as
should
a
I watch that
drinker,
mic drop
I
stream?
think you should. I think you
Okay,
should
okay.
do it like a do a
what?
timing of a 2 girls 1 cup thing. See how long you last before you turn that off.
What are you talking about?
Terrible thing to
Well,
say.
let's get back
Terrible
to
thing to say.
the summer movies.
So,
My top.
what was in the list?
Okay, my top 3 now are. I'm thinking Superman's moved to 1.
Haven't we done this
Oh,
before?
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are
Actually,
fluid rankings, Bruce.
Thunderbolts.
What is this?
really
What are we
looking
talking
good.
about? I don't even know what
This-
we're talking about.
Another
It's the
Joe
best
Blow list
summer
thingy
movies.
that he does.
We've
It's
got more
Joe
trailers.
Loeb asking their fans, I guess, what movie they want to see
Okay.
this summer.
Which is
So-
not scientific.
Man,
at
screw
all.
fans.
No.
Exactly,
Yeah,
I agree.
seriously.
That's
No,
what all
no, no.
they
They're
do.
so
They do a
bad.
job in Hollywood. That's how
They
Very.
are so bad. They are
Give
so
me
bad.
this. Give me that. Here.
They're the
you have
worst.
it. I don't
Yeah,
want
no.
that. Give me
Except
something
for
new.
horror
I'm the
fans.
only
Horror
fan
fans
that
are
anyone
great.
should listen to
Okay.
because I actually know what the people want. And I know
And
what
I'm
I
learning about Nintendo.
All right,
fans,
so
too.
Thunderbolts is actually looking really good. That scene with Sentry looked amazing.
I heard there's
But-
a lot of association with A24 projects with that movie.
Yeah, that from the rec.
It's just a joke. It's a
How
joke,
to Train Your
but
Dragon
it-
looks
that
great.
is funny.
Elio. 28 years later.
Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
Bro, you,
that was
you
a
heard
fantastic
that movie?
trailer.
You know that movie's tracking for 60 million.
Which
It's not
one?
good. The new Mission Impossible.
I almost would say
I
Karate
don't
Kid
care.
Legends,
Are
but I
people
Yeah,
that
but to
would-
be honest, I don't give a fuck.
Kids,
because
kids,
it's
kids don't care about
I
Tom
am.
Cruze.
I am.
ready for Mission
How's
Impossible.
Ballerina doing? Ballerina, baby, put that.
It doesn't come out until June.
That has the
I-
best action shot I've ever seen.
Okay,
in
here's
2025.
here's my
We will
top
find out when
three
we hit June
before I
about the
before I vote.
budget.
I'm actually thinking 28 Days Later, Superman, or Karate Kid Legends. But Karate Kid Legends, I'm concerned about.
How many of those are you gonna actually watch?
I'm going to get my AMC A-list back.
Sure.
I'm probably going to see Sinners first with my wife.
Already.
No, I know, but
Is Sinners on here?
You know my.
No, this summer.
No.
Sinners is not summer.
Yeah, that's spring. Yeah.
So I would. I think I'm going to go Superman. Let me, even though I want Karate Kid to be good, but I'm
put
just
the link in the chat so we could all vote.
You pick a non-superhero movie over a superhero movie, never happened.
I'm gonna put Ballerina because that has the best action shot of 2025 so far. When she comes out of that car while it's sliding and she uses it.
Oh,
as
you had
cover.
it.
Oh my god, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
One of the last things we'll cover is the stunt category because Perp had a hot take on.
I had a very hot take.
Oh,
I am. This is why. No, it's a prime example of why I hate fans. Why, like, they're so shitty to listen to.
Okay, I kind of agree with
the
you.
freaking Oscars. Yeah,
I just think there's. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. But I'm gonna go Superman, Jurassic World Rebirth. No, I mean the best thing about that's Gareth Edwards for me.
Yeah, but the last 3 was dog shit, so I don't know how many. Like,
all right, let me see. Wow, Superman.
Now,
now you always say fans are awful. Perp when it says Superman.
What? No. What are you talking about?
They did. Here's according to Joe Blow.
There we go. I got you. I'm Max. Gotcha.
This is fans voting for a poll. This is fine.
Yeah,
it's the other ones.
All right, so I would not agree Mission Impossible, but you take it away though. Explain what's happening with the Academy Awards in the stunt category.
The minute the Oscars announces the stunt category, I see so many people saying Tom Cruise deserves the award. Tom Cruise deserves the award. And it drives me nuts because the whole reason we wanted to do the stunts category is to do the unrecognized freaking death-defying work by our stunt men and women.
So
and
I agree with
you. They want to give it to Tom Cruise, and not only that, dude, Tom Cruise. I know he does those stunts, but they probably there's stuntmen that probably test.
I agree with you. I agree with you, but I have a very important point. It's about
porn. You have an important porn. You have an important porn.
Very important point. Academy, it's great that they're finally recognizing stunt work. I understand your concerns. We don't want just actors to win over the people that do it day to day.
That's because everyone knows what actors face
here. Who's putting that up there?
What is that relevant?
Okay,
What is this?
So here's two things. They
Propaganda?
need 2 categories, one for actor stunt work and one for stunt.
They need more than that. Like it's gonna be crazy.
Oh, I'd be happy, but at least
no, they need more than that because they need stunt driving. They need. What about fight choreography? I think that's different than actual like vehicle driving.
You're going too big, Perp. There's no way they're gonna stun.
They do vehicle falls and then choreography.
I'd be happy if they started with at least actor stunt work and then stunt work where they can combine
actor stunt work. Actor stunt work? No.
What?
They don't get participation. What is that participation? Oh, we got Margot Robbie on a freaking like wire. Yeah, give her the award. No,
I did my own stuff.
Choreography or fighting. Yeah, Jason Statham could be there every year. You know.
Hang on. So, Perp, how are they doing? Are they gendering it?
I have no idea. I hope they do multiple categories because I think there's multiple stunt things like rigging, like a rigging team, a stunt team, like all this stuff. I think like it might just be a stunt team award versus like who's got the best driver and like.
What do you think?
No, then I think that's a way like how you do best picture. You know how they have an award for all the producers? Do that for a stunt team.
That would be the smartest way to do
Bruce,
it.
Bruce Anthony, RJ, Voltaire. What do you think about the stunt category in Perp's concerns about them just getting nominated?
I want it to rotate between Jackie Chan and Tom Cruise every year.
You asshole.
I think
they should be nominated too, though. Go ahead, RJ.
I think it's great that they're doing the category. I would imagine, though, that if they're going to nominate, like, who would win the Oscar, it should go to the stunt coordinator and the stunt team.
Yeah, the stunt.
It should go to, like, whoever is, like, the head of stunts and perhaps, like, the stunt performers or a couple of them.
Because we already
most likely, though, it would probably just go to the one stunt coordinator.
Yeah, I agree. We already have, because the best costume goes to the person that makes the costumes. And
I think this could be solved.
No, because it's costume design. Keep in mind, it's costume design. It's not costume.
The same thing should be for stunt as well. Like you give it to the stunt people.
I think they should just to solve this problem, just give Tom Cruise one lifetime achievement award.
Sure.
and that way he's not nominated.
And yeah, make fucking
Yes.
Johnny Knoxville present it too. So he's like, here.
No, they should, you know what? That's a good idea. Because do like an honorary thing for Jackie Chan and Tom
Yes.
Cruise.
And Jet Li. And Jet
wipe
Li.
them off the
and Jet
books.
Li, and
Jackie
Jet Li.
Chan already has an honorary Oscar.
Yeah.
Michelle
Yeoh earned hers. Let's go.
Perp, let me ask you a
Michelle got
question.
her, yeah, so she's already in my books.
Asian Hong Kong and action type movies, and with the stunts and the choreography and the fight stuff, are they recognized over there by stunt category?
In the Hong Kong, yes, they treat stuntmen because it's part of their culture, like the dance and all that stuff. Like it all like intertwined. And they treat that they have awards for best fight scene, like, and choreography and all that shit already. Donnie Yen's won a couple.
I know a lot of people don't know. A lot of these action stars, they started out in the circus.
Yeah.
They're
They're all performing. Well, that's why I'm always like, when people, I kind of like, okay, you don't know what you're talking about. When people say like, oh, the women don't look good when they're fighting scenes, it's like technically women are predisposed in society to do better because it's closer to dancing, which a lot of little girls like to do the dancing shit. It's closer to action movie choreography.
Here's the other thing. This could improve.
No, it is.
If they keep the stunt category, this can improve movies altogether because these big IP films sometimes rely on CGI too heavily.
Yes.
Whereas if they know there are accolades and ways they can promote their projects, if they do a little more stunt work, more choreography, it'll help the industry as a whole. I actually believe that if they actually keep it, if they don't just do it 1 year.
Do y'all think that Marvel DC will get one?
Not the way it is now, but who knows?
I think they're definitely going to keep it because, dude, I think this is one for the audience too. People love stunts and shit, and they're going to see all these highlights.
Will they ever bring back the fan vote Oscar?
Perp, you didn't answer the question. Do you think DC or Marvel will get one?
For stunt? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely, dude. If Shang-Chi could have gotten nominated.
That is true.
Earlier,
Yep.
Okay, so we have some posts from Crazy Joe, and then we're gonna call it a night. No, that's
Yeah,
great.
Have a good night, guys. Bye.
Oh my God,
bye. Bye.
Some of them are about perp. Everyone's leaving. Okay, Bruce. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
What a bunch of disrespect
It's a
for the
rush
mailbag.
out. Execute Order 66.
So Joe, listen. Joe is really going for that member of the month. I think it's going to be Joe. He's going to be the third member of the month, and he was a gifted membership. That's great. I really appreciate when people use the gifted memberships and use that member mailbag. Good night and good luck. Oh God, Cheeseman, I like that one. Keep that one. Dumb and Dumber. Okay,
No, I love that. Thank you, Anthony.
No, that's not who it is, Voltaire. It's
I am aware.
It's okay. All right. So Crazy Joe
It's not
asks,
funny. It's not fun.
what is your favorite movie starring Roscoe Orman? I don't know who that is. I don't know who. Does anyone know who Roscoe Orman is?
This is a man who likes Joker too.
I enjoy.
There's several
appreciate
people that
Joker.
like Joker too.
I appreciated Joker.
7
too.
people, maybe.
Okay.
Shout out Nerd Cosa Nostra.
Yes. When will Ron Howard's Oscar-winning sci-fi classic Cocoon come to Blu-ray or Disney Plus?
Never.
I don't care. I mean, I wanted to, but I have it on VHS, and I think that's one of those movies that's best appreciated VHS. It's that type of movie
because it's
You
about
see
old people.
banging around
Yeah.
in the pool.
Old people with an.
I don't
old
need
format.
I don't need old people in a pool in 4K.
I don't
you
need
know what I'm
old
saying?
people in 4K.
I don't need.
You
Old
don't want to
people
see
in 4K.
every like perfect
I don't want to see all
quality
yeah.
wrinkle.
Nook and cranny.
Every wrinkle in perfect HD.
Mr. T made a movie with Bill Maher that was directed by Joel Schumacher.
Yeah, it's that
Do
cat.
you
That
love it?
that taxi movie. Yeah.
Do you love it? And why won't Gary Busey work on January 8th? What?
The hell are these convention questions?
Why won't Gary Busey work on January 8th? I don't know. That Bill Maher Mr. T movies, is that DC Cab thing?
Yeah, DC Cab.
Oh, I saw that movie. I had
I
that on
didn't see
VHS
it.
as a kid.
That's from
It
the
has-
director
it
of
has
the
that
Cli-
movies in it.
That's the director of The Client and Batman and Robin.
I don't know what the Gary Busey thing is.
And
It could be
Tigerland.
anything. I still owe CGH $20. I am going to send it to him.
Oh my God, CGH was leaving some very meaty bajini comments.
I know. And you know,
was it about the mic drop episode?
people don't like Bill
Nick.
Maher either. according to a
Makes sense.
Raptor, the next thing I'm going to do is why I left the left.
Oh my god!
You said that, perp. You said that without humor. You really thought
I did.
CJH said that Max.
Dude, that
becomes
sounds
red
funny
pill.
as shit. What are you talking about?
CJH said that Max becomes red pill when I'm on the show.
I don't remember saying that. That sounds hilarious. How did I not say that as a joke, Max? Come on.
I can't even.
The next
tell
video is
you
going to be
anymore.
how why I left the left.
Can't-
That's hilarious.
No, I'm not.
That's
happy with things.
hilarious. That's a
Oh
joke,
my
bro.
God.
If I said that,
All right.
I'm fucking hilarious.
All right. Is the rumor that CGH was watching the BFG while doing LSD and passed out and needed CPR from EMT? It all happened live on MME. I don't
Jesus.
know.
Yo, Joe's got bars.
Don't be spreading those rumors.
Joe's got bars.
Time today.
Joe, challenge me to a rap
I'm
battle.
not red pilled. I was actually before the elections. I was white pilled thanks to
That
Young
doesn't sound
Ripa.
right.
What do you
Oh
mean?
my
You don't know
God.
what white pilled is?
Okay.
It's not like
A lot of people don't. That's why I'm saying
nationalists.
it. That's what I'm
What
saying.
white? Okay,
It doesn't sound right because
There-
I
you
bet
know-
a lot
you
of
know-
people don't know what it is.
You know what?
and it
blue
doesn't
pill
sound
and
right.
red pill are, right?
Huh? Red pillars are Voltaire's bread and
Okay.
butter.
Okay, so you know the blue
Stop
and the red,
it.
right? You know
Stop
the blue and the red. Okay, so black pilled is
Yeah.
actually you think everything is rigged, nothing's
Yeah,
worth
doomer
it,
pilled,
systems
yeah.
are- doomer pilled. So white pilled is yes, it's like that, but everything's going to be okay. Now I don't think
Oh.
everything's going to be okay.
Oh,
so I
so you-
was white pilled until 2025 in looking at the switch.
2025 is how we die.
Now I don't think everything's going to work out for the best.
2025.
So-
that's how we die.
So
I know
that's-
Voltaire voted for
that's-
Trump. I know
that's-
this with all my heart.
I live in California.
not
My vote is irrelevant.
I
That's
still
not-
know.
it's not your-
I
that's
still
not
know.
your-
I know with all my
He-
heart.
he doesn't have to answer to you.
My heart. Every time it points at Voltaire's direction, it goes Trump, 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 Trump.
Stop that.
Some-
What kind of comment is
I will say this. I will not reveal Voltaire's politics, but I will say this behind the scenes. We talk all the time. He's not like super fan of Trump either. He's not. You know, he's not like a
I know
fanboy.
with all my heart.
No, he's
No, because Perp just thinks if you
He's
don't
critical.
talk negatively about
He's
him all the
critical.
time, that means
I
you
just
love him.
I want Voltaire.
he's
to do
critical,
why I
but it's
left the
not.
left,
It's
but
not.
that's
It's.
the case.
I
want
mean,
that
if he
from
doesn't
Voltaire.
disclose it publicly,
I
want
wanna
to
drive him out.
Drive me out of what?
The left. I want to drive you out of the left.
No, he has
We don't
criticisms
want
of
your
everyone.
kind here.
Voltaire is critical of everybody.
We don't want your kind.
Even
here.
Elon. He was rooting for Elon at one time, but you know what? The left rooted for Elon like 5 years ago.
We don't
Elon
want
is
Vol-
a-
we
now
don't
Elon
want
is a dummy.
Voltaire's kind around these parts.
Okay. All right.
Now Elon is dumb.
Getting back to the
a bitch, and a
questions.
dummy.
If Little Movie Perp was a real dinosaur, would you saddle him and ride him?
Yes.
Bro, you better
I-
ask for consent before, motherfucker.
I wouldn't wait till he's a dinosaur.
Uh-oh.
I'm kidding. Yes. No, I don't want to ride a dinosaur.
You don't?
Especially
weird.
one that talks back to me and yells at me.
Yeah. I'm a good
All
ride,
right.
though.
Okay. And Crazy Joe's last question: if Blue Jays' favorite baseball team, the Blue Jays? Yes.
Yeah.
I
He's
don't
not
know.
Canadian.
Good one.
I don't know. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you,
Thank
Joe.
you, Joe. I think you're on your way to becoming the member of the month.
What does
while
he
we
get?
start this amazing banner.
He gets a shout out.
Yeah.
Cool.
He gets to be on the ticker.
Monday, the worst
the-
day of the day.
Thank you,
Worst
Anthony.
day of the day.
Anthony, you could be member of the month. I know you're on panels, but you could leave some topics if you want. He's like, nah, bro, I'm on the panel. That's what everyone says. Okay, so Perp, Voltaire, Anthony, if you want to say what you're working on this week, what you're going to enjoy this week, I definitely want to see Sinners. I'm actually going to call my
Sinners.
wife and see if we could get the pre-order tickets now because I think it's going to do pretty decent. I did not end up seeing Snow White. My cousin came over today. I got called over to my mother's house last night. That's why I didn't do To the Max. I was just like, just wait to get to the theater. And I don't know. The other thing is I've told people ridicule me for not going, not just Perp in general, but I do also the way I've been doing it the last few times on my AMC A list, I was falling asleep at the theater. So I'm like, it's not there if I struggle to get to the theater, I fall asleep. So I will get it back. I'm thinking about doing the lesser than the AMC A list where it's only one movie a week. I think I'll do the one movie a week tier. But yes, anyone want to say what they're working on?
I just released my second AI album. It is
Okay.
hard. It goes really hard. I called
Hey,
a lot of
Christine.
people out. So check it out. Your name is definitely in there.
Is Voltaire too?
Everyone is
Oh.
in there.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes, Christine. I've exercised 2 days in a row. I'm hoping to do one more tonight. You know.
Way to go, Christina. Keep them accountable.
Okay. And we might have a debate. I don't know. Are we doing that on the mic drop, Perp, or is that past your bedtime?
Shut up, Max. Whenever you
No,
want.
you said whatever. Whatever. W. Necron. Okay, we need to have W. Necron on for one. Voltaire. He's a good guy.
A debate?
No, just for a mic drop.
Oh.
W.
Or
Necron
come on
doesn't want
next
to debate.
Friday night if you have the.
I didn't know. I thought that's what we were talking about. I was like, what does he want to debate? I don't know.
Anthony's back on MME. What do you work? What do you want to see since you're back, Anthony? What's the first thing you want to Sinners?
Probably I gotta see and check if they have seats open, but yeah.
I'm probably gonna see
good.
Sinners in the weekday, not the weekend.
Yeah, that's probably
okay.
Sometimes
Can I recommend a movie?
Sure. I won't watch it.
Michael Fassbender and oh my god,
Black Hole,
Black Bag.
Black Bag. Yeah, you remember
Black Bag
What
was.
did you say, Anthony? Did you say
He said
butthole?
black. he
No,
said
I said
black
black.
hole.
I say black.
Black hole.
Butthole.
Black hole, son, won't you go?
No, I've heard Black Bag's really good. I think Larry told me that.
It's awesome. I really enjoyed it.
Which is great because Fassbender's an amazing actor, but his agent's bad.
He plays a good creepo. He plays a good creepo. It's like I'm finally into really Steven Soderbergh because this is his second movie.
Oh,
came
here
out.
we go, RJ. Here
What?
we go.
Stevens, bro, he's an amazing director.
Shifty Gizm. Yeah, you could. We could have Shifty Gizm on. You should.
Oh,
have...
he's banned.
No,
The James Bond take. I want
Shifty
that's what I wanted to
Gizm.
do.
I think was here back when I was doing Kathy videos. I think
All right.
that's how long she.
Max.
Okay.
We could do the James Bond debate right now because it's going to be real
No,
quick.
I-
I'm going
I
to take
got
you out
stuff to
so
do.
quick
No,
with a
I don't want
silencer.
to.
Come on.
I don't.
Let me just take you out real quick. Just
The thing that ruined that
Let me
last
just-
James Bond for me was Daniel Craig. Not
no, but you
even-
had that picture up where he's behind. Okay, and you
Yeah,
said
that's
that- that's
something.
in
That's
that's
something.
in a lot. No, but that's in all the James Bond movies with
No, it's
with women.
not.
Yeah.
No,
When
in
yeah,
the Jack.
when in James Bond, when the women need to take him to a hideout, they take him through vehicle, whether it's by plane or by a scooter. Like that happens in all the James Bond movies. No, it doesn't.
No, you're just guessing. There's one scene in Tomorrow Never Dies with Pierce Brosnan. And
No.
Michelle Yeoh
Beyond that, what about
where they
Mayday?
keep- where
What
they-
about Mayday
where they
from
keep-
A View to a Kill? Who took Mayday to
I have to
Christopher
rewatch
Walken?
that one.
Who
I
took
don't remember
James
that
Bond
one.
to Christopher Walken? Who
I
took
have to rewatch
Who
it.
took
I don't-
Sean Connery to Goldfinger by plane? Who's driving that plane?
Yeah, that's different if he's
That's
being
different.
smuggled in than he's riding on a bike and both visible and on the back seat.
Okay.
But that didn't ruin it for me. Look,
But
Lashana
it's-
Lynch was
it's-
probably one of the best
you
parts
know,
of that movie.
Sometimes James Bond needs to get a ride from someone. What's like sometimes it's going
Listen,
to be a
I
woman.
would get on that bike. Lashana Lynch is amazing. I love Lashana
No.
Lynch.
You were
But I'm
loud.
not
You're like,
James
this is the
Bond.
problem with James Bond.
But I'm
Like
not
like
James Bond. James Bond is
like
a
shitty
character.
critical drinker.
No,
take. That was
no,
a shitty
it's-
critical drinker.
No,
Yeah, I was.
I am not.
This
I
is
am
the
not-
problem with James Bond. This.
No, I didn't say this is the problem. I said this is something. It's not nothing. It's not everything. It's
But
something.
what is it?
and
What's that something?
It's like it's different for his character. You know.
How's that? No, again, I gave you
Because he's type A. He's arrogant. He is flirtatious, and he likes to be the driver's seat.
How is that different? Again, I gave you examples of women taking Bond to the villain or to the hideout, or
when when he was being smuggled in.
I
Hey,
just-
Goldman.
Yes, that happened in The Living Daylights. He needed to be smuggled into Switzerland or whatever.
Hey, Goldman. I hope you're doing well. Yes, I'll talk
This
to
is
you.
ridiculous. See, quick sniper shot. You got nothing.
I didn't want to argue this now.
I know, because you got nothing.
I have stuff
There's
to do.
no
I
way you
didn't
could say. There's no way you could say this is the problem
I
now,
didn't
unless you had a
say-
problem with it before.
I said it's something. It's something. It's not going to ruin the movie.
It's
for
something
me.
that's always been in
the
Bond.
movie was just boring to me. The last James Bond movie.
Something that's always been in James Bond. It's something, but it's something that's always been in James Bond.
I said it's different.
Okay, so what's different about it?
I said he's being smuggled in the scenarios that you're presenting to, whereas he's in the
Wait,
in
no,
the
he's
action.
being, I told you he got smuggled in The Living Daylights.
Yeah, where he's riding a bike in the midst of the action and taking back seat.
Okay, yeah, which
That's different.
he's done before.
Okay.
especially by women.
All right. Well,
He's
okay.
right.
In the series.
You win. Okay. If there's winning. Okay, Voltaire, Burp, Anthony, thank you for being on the panel. Thank you, members.
Good night and good night.
Hang on, let me do my impression of Anthony doing a good night, everybody.
Oh, that's not nice.
No, you sound like
That's
good
perp.
night,
That was
good
perp.
night.
That was perp. That was perp.
That was
good night.
Oh, that's not nice, Voltaire. I don't
Let me do Voltaire.
And I don't know what Bruce was talking about. Pedro Pascal is one of the best looking older men in the industry.
He does good. He does good. He does look good in El Wingo.
So I don't know what that was about.
Yeah. Anyways, good night, good night, everybody.
It's about Voltaire. Look at him.